Hello, wonderful Biafra'S, lovers of freedom all over the world. My people, I am here once more today, 2nd of September 2025, inviting you people to join me for us to deliberate on our issues, which is Biafra freedom, Biafra liberation. My people, we are in this together and we all agree that we will never give up. Biafra is our religion and we must evangelize. Join me from wherever you are watching so that we will continue, my people. Join me, fellow Biafrans. Join me from wherever you are and let us continue. Ndị be anyị, Igbo bụ Igbo, ekenekwa m unu. Ka onye chịrị ya zelu, ana m asị unu na abọọla, ụtụtụ ọma, efifie ọma, mgbede ọma. O gosiri n'ebe ị nọ, ebe onye ọbụla nọ na wee na-anụ unu m, ụmụ Biafra, gbakọtanụ ka anyị kene Chukwu, ka anyị kene Chukwu. Onye nwe anyị si, ife onye ọbụla fụna, ya na-enye ngọzi n'afọ ya. Tupu m gaa n'iru, my people, ka m kpọkwala unu egwu nnwere onwe nke ndị Biafra.
Biafra is all he asks for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone who sacrificed his life for you and I? Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. He lost daddy and mommy and it live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Oh. Take your time and think what is going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African choo-choo. Oh no, oh, freedom they cannot now. Let me hear you sing. Freedom they cannot now. Freedom they cannot. Why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He lost daddy and mommy and it live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Oh. Take your time and think what is going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African choo-choo. Oh no, oh, freedom they cannot now. Let me hear you sing. Freedom they cannot now. Freedom they cannot the cannon now. Why you hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said, it's a prophecy. Take it on you live it, let you believe. He's so fanatical and ever ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Bring up the candle now. 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 Everybody down my job is singing. Bring up the candle. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He lost daddy and mommy and he live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Yeah. Oh. Take your time and think what he's going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African choo-choo. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Oh, bring up the candle now. Let me hear you sing. Bring up the candle now. Bring up the candle. Bring up the candle now. Bring up the candle. Bring up the candle now. You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said, it's a prophecy. Take it on you live it, let you believe. He's so fanatical and ever ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. To those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Bring up the candle now. 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 Everybody know my time is singing. Freedom the canoe, yeah. Freedom the canoe, yeah. Exactly.
Nigerian, I promise you today, the money you are giving to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Well, thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran.
Did you hear them? That once the Biafra lobbies and attorney and BRGI, BDF, BRGI takes one step ahead to get Biafra recognition and restoration, they will take 1,000 steps to stop it. Did you hear it? But the people they say they want to stop are the people that Prime Minister say they have to work for Biafra. But these other groups say those people that PM brought for Biafra, they must stop them from bringing Biafra. They cannot sleep and wake up and see them bringing Biafra.
I served in the United States Congress.
These are the people that PM gave work to do. And then when you look at the screen, you see what these people have done already. But Ngozi and Emachoma and Ajare group, they say they cannot sit alive and watch these people work to deliver the mandate that Prime Minister gave to them to do for Biafra. And why Prime Minister is not here? These people are working. And look at what these people have done. These people have gone to the point of entering US Congress to make sure they table the case of our PM, the case of our Supreme Leader, the case of Biafra in Washington, D.C., US Congress lawmakers' chambers. That's the work these people have achieved so far in the absence of Prime Minister. But what did you hear from this one? This one say, when you see these lobbies and attorney trying to achieve Biafra restoration or recognition, that they must stop them. They must, that when Biafra lobbies and attorney makes one step, that they will make 1,000 steps to destroy it. They are the ones saying it too. I'm not the one saying it. You also heard from Aja Rema, who is the mouthpiece of Ema, Chioma, Ruben Nadi, and all of them.
That are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they cannot go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. The Fulani terrorist cabals and Nigerian government works. So when you see the criminal ex-Brigadier cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they cannot go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So
they tell you that Biafra recognition, Biafra lobbies, Biafra attorney, BRGI lobbies, that they cannot go anywhere, not when all of them, not when some of them here that gathered are alive to destroy it. Are you getting the point? So they will do everything possible to destroy Biafra recognition and restoration. With the help of the people that PM brought and said they should work, they say, as far as they are alive, they will destroy it.
I promise you today, the money you are giving to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Thank
you. Hear them? That once the lobbies takes one step, they are going to take 5 steps ahead. To do what? To stop their efforts in Washington, D.C., in the Biafra recognition. Are you getting the message now? Okay. I'm explaining something here. Because I saw one moron here. There's one moron here that say, where is that moron? There is this moron here who said his name is Juan Arellano. Juan Alenano said, foolish man supporting OK Nkere, you no get sense at all. You now that is supporting Ngozi and Ajare, who says that they are coming to destroy the effort of the Biafra recognition, who says they are coming to destroy every effort from the Biafra attorney and lobbyist to the recognition of Biafra, to the restoration of Biafra. You now that is supporting somebody that say they are ready when the attorney and the lobbyists are making one step to Biafra restoration, that they will make 5 steps and 100 steps ahead to destroy it. Did you hear them? Foolish man calling yourself Juan Arenano. Are you getting the message? Aha. You know, today, today, uh, I come in peace today. I come in peace. I come in peace today. I come in peace today. Oh. I come in peace. I did not come to find trouble. But anybody will carry trouble. I go give them go. Today, Honorable Fulani is telling some of you that she is celebrating Biafra. But this is the Biafra that she is telling you that every effort by the lobbyist and the attorney, Dabiri, to go forward, to make steps to recognition of Biafra and restoration of Biafra, which PM gave this attorney and these lobbies this mandate. This is the inquiry that is telling you that every effort that these attorney here and the lobbies are going to make, that she and her group will make sure they destroy. After raping, if they want to cut her to pieces, they will cut. If they don't want to cut her to pieces, bringing Biafra.
And I served in the United States Congress.
With them in the name.
Peace, I did not come to find trouble.
How the Fulani penetrates.
Not a particularly
It's in the.
And what address to some of you? That means they know where they are. Uphold it. That was where Ngozi got
out his voice in the
Nigerian government.
As I got to know the Prime Minister, Congress, your voice.
It be.
and I was shocked. Address to some of you. Did you hear them? Who is the mouthpiece of Emma, Chioma, Ruben Nadi, and all of them?
That are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when someone. Not.
Did you hear them?
and countries and causes that I believe in. Not a particularly
It's in the Biafran defense level. I knew I had to get
ex-British cabinet members. Biafra's already stopped them on their track.
and we will not
Address to some of you. Take tussle.
Biafra's already stopped them on their heading with them in the name of
Nigerian, right? And that you don't support Biafra. You don't acknowledge that you support.
Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed.
how the Fulani penetrate.
Succeed. Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed.
Wonderful Biafra'S, lovers of freedom, I welcome all of you. Ndewo na ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m. Ka m bidokwa n'isi wee kene onye ọbụla. Enthusiastic Japanese Maples, thank you so much for joining. And Chinenye, my sister, ndewo. William, I welcome you. Ndewo na ụmụnne m. Ka m kpee ekpele. Achọrọ m iji ekpele onu bekee wee kpee nke taa. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointed my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. And Biafra'S shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, ana m ekene unu. Udo ga-adịlụ nwoke, udo ga-adịlụ nwaanyị. Ndị be anyị, unu ma ife emelu yesterday gbasatara ife anyị na-eme. Our PM bụ Maazị Simon Ekpa. Unu maara onye ọ bụ very very well. Unu ma na ọ bụrụ onye ọjọọ ka ọ bụ. Unu ma na ọ bịara ịzọ Biafra. Ọ bịara ịzọ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Mana ndị ọjọọ nọ n'etiti anyị ekwerọ. Mana ife nsi ka m gwa unu taa bụ na obi ga-esi onye ọbụla ike. Onye adakwa na mba. Onye asịkwana na ike agwụgo m. Mba. Ike ama agwụ agadi nwanyị n'ebe nwa ya mụrụ nwa. Ike agwụkwana onye ọbụla o. Ike agwụna any Biafran. We must all remain strong and resilient, very resolute. Kịta ka ndị ilo anyị ga-ama na ọ bụrụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu create Biafra, ọ bụrụkwa na Odumegwu Ojukwu ma Philip Effiong create Biafra. Biafra bụ ife dị adị gboo 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 gboo. Otego Biafra dịba. Unu na-aghọta? Biafra dịbago gboo gboo gboo, long time. Unu ga na-ajụ onwe unu ajụjụ si, tupu Biafra'S ajoin ya Nigeria, kedu ife anyị na-aza? Ọ Biafra. And all that same Biafra ka anyị ga-abụ. My people, o nwere ife ọzọ m ga-agwa unu. Mana ka m jee nwobele iji akụkọ kịta ka m kọọlụ unu. Na ndị nna nna anyị na 1803 ka ndị ọcha bịa bulu ka fa gbaa odibo jee bulu slave na America. Our forefathers, our great grandfathers, fa wee luo n'ebe a na-akpọ Georgia. These our forefathers wee jide ndị na-anya ụgbọ a. Fa na fa ọgụ wee overtake efa. N'ime ụgbọ anwa, fa niile wee jikọta ọnụ, jikọọ aka fa, si na fa ma abụnata slave, na fa ma abụ oru ndị ọcha, wee wunye na mmiri anwa. A na-akpọ ya Igbo landing. We can never give up. These two things. Number one bụ gịnị ka anyị bụ before anyị join ya Nigeria na 1914. And nke abụọ bụ this Igbo landing of 1803. Our forefathers. Obi ka dike ji ana ife. Onye ọbụla kwụsie ike nsi unu na obi dị m mma eme anụ asị, mana gịnị ka m ga-eme? Aga m akwụsị ike. Ọ bụrụ na anyị niile jee ụlọ kịta jee dinala anị jee na-ezu ike si mba na ike agwụgo m, kedu ife ọ dị gị ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ga-eme? Kedu ife ọ dị gị ka Maazị Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, ga-eme? O kwuru okwu nnyaa ya na APM na Minister of Information na onye ọkaikpe, o wee sị na ife a ga-agwa fafa agwa anyị bụ ka obi sie anyị ike, anyị adakwa na mba. Ndị be anyị unu ga-adazi mba? Ọ sị na ya ga-akọntinu na fight maka na onye ọkaikpe si na fa ga-eme appeal this decision. Onye adakwa na mba, onye ada na mba. Ọ dị mwute na Nigeria gọọmenti emego influence ndị Finland wee mee the worst. Finland wee mee the worst. Ka m gosi unu na onye ọbụla kịta na-ebupụta ife ọ chọrọ, na-egosi ife bụ iwe. Afụrụ m ebe ofu nwanne anyị, unu na-afịa, ife a bụ pikchọ onye isi ndị Finland. Ofu nwanne anyị tinyelu ya bụ foto ka o wee gosi na iwe na-ewe, maka na nwoke a unu na-afụ obi akpọ ka ọ bụ onye ebe fast na ọ dị very wicked. Onye Finland si na nwoke a na ọ dị very wicked, and na ya bụ nwoke na kịta na sọpọtụ ndị the man na-ekwu okwu bụ onye Finland, si na nwoke a bụ ajọ mmadụ, na ọ na-asọpọtụ ndị Ukraine, kama maka na ndị Ukraine na-divide into two. Ọ bụrụkwa sọsọ be anyị ka nkewa na-adị o. Ndị Ukraine si na fa chọrọ ịnaghachi back to ndị Russia. Ụfọdụ si na fa chọrọ iso Zelensky. Ndị be anyị, ọ bụrụ sọsọ ofu ebe ka nsogbu dị ebe niile. Ifugi dịka etu a ndị UK si ekewa ndị be anyị, maka nọọ andị nwunye ya bụ nwoke a bụ onye England, ka unu wee mara ebe nsogbu anyị si abịa. Nwoke a bụ ajọ mmadụ, ọ ajọ mmadụ. Unu ga-ekweta na nwoke a na PM anyị bụ ezigbote oyi, o wee gbachi nkịtị a na-eme PM ife niile a na-eme. Bet dịka ozi PM zi, ọ si na ya chọrọ ka anyị dị n'otu, na ya chọrọ ịfụ na anyị na-agbasa agbasa. So my people, obi si onye ọbụla ike. Achọ m ka every Biafra na onye maka ikuku a na-eku kịta, Chukwu ji na-atrai ndị Biafra ka amala onye bụ ezigbote onye Biafra. So my people, achọkwa m ime ka unu nụ ife Angel Makeup bụ Brigadier General anyị Biafra Army na-ekwu, Biafra Liberation Army. So my people, ka anyị gee ya ntị. Obi si onye ọbụla ike.
Biafra'S, greetings, the lovers of freedom. May the Almighty Chukwokike Abiyama continue to strengthen you. Today is 1st of September 2025. Monday, sit at home. I am here to pass a message, a security message to the people of OTOT, such as Almoke, Oge, boundary, Isiokwe, and some parts of Ezinnachi. This message is for you. But before I proceed, I want to still remind Biafra'S that more prayers are needed for the quick recovery of our generals who has been poisoned by the enemies of Biafra'S. I want to ask Igbo leaders this question. You are calling the men on the ground a terrorist. What are you calling Fulanis that are using their cow to invade, to destroy people's farmland? What do you call them? What do you call the Fulanis in the bush killing people, even eating them in the bush? What do you call them?
Ndị banyu na ananụ ya. Ndị Fulani je na Finland wee sifa na our PM bụ a terrorist leader. Na ọ na fight Nigeria ka e breakie Nigeria. O nwego onye Fulani unu fụrụ ejide maka ogbugbu a na-egbu ndị mmadụ na Benue steeti ma ọ Plateau steeti, ma ogbugbu a na-egbu ndị mmadụ na Zamfara, ma nke a na-egbu na Kaduna steeti, ma nke a na-egbu na Borno, ka ọkwanụ nke a na-egbu na Edo steeti ka ọ Yoruba land. O nwere onye ejide ọsọsọ Biafra land. Faji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, faji our PM. So na ife niile a na-egbu sef na Zamfara and Benue na Plateau, ndị nke anwa abụrụ mmadụ. So ndị be anyị obi ga-esi unu ike. O tego ndị Fulani chọbalụ ka fa bịa dominate our land using Biafran politicians na ndị ọhaneze na ndị agadi ewu a ọ na-akpọ afa. So my people, I'm not seeing many people this morning. Agwago m unu na obi ga-esi unu ike. Unu ama adakwa mba. Anyị ama adanata mba. Thank you, new phone. Watching from Biafra land. Daalụ. Ndewo. Unu ga-esi obi ike. Obi sie unu ike. Onye adakwa na mba. Agwago m unu na PM anyị na APM na Minister of Information kwuru okwu nya. Ọ sị ka agwa anyị na ife ya chọọ from us ka obi sie anyị ike, ya dakwa na mba. Maka na ndị a na-enye anyị nsogbu fa na America nụrụ ọgụ, ndị mbi na befa. Fa na America nụrụ ọgụ wee nụọ ọgụ for so many years. And ife niile Fulani na-eme ọfanwa na-akụzili ndị Fulani maka na ọkafa si eme ndị fa na fa nọ ebe a intimidate. Exactly ife na-eme na befa. Ebigo m obodo a now for so many years. Ebigo m obodo a for so many years. Wele anya dobe naanị. Ndị obodo a bụ ndị ọjọọ. Ọkwa ndị obodo a na-eyuzu Fulani. Fulani na-eyuzu Biafra governors and Biafra politicians. Now, Biafra politicians na-eyuzu DOS. Unu ga-afụ vidio, onwe vidio m ga-akpọrọ unu ebe a kịta ma mkpọsịa nke a ka unu fụ no DOS na ndị otufa so wee na-anụ ọgụ a. Ndị DOS je na Finland jee gbaa PM akaebe, and ọkwa ndị Igbo ka unu wee malụ. So obi ga-esi unu ike. Onye ndu gwara anyị si that na ọ bụrụ na ife ị na-eme na o nwere onye na-ekwu maka ya, then ife ị na-eme nwere isi, then o nwere isi. Ọkwa ifo ọ bụrụ na azọrọ anị azọ, ada ma ebe oke anị nya nke ndị oyibo na-akpọ boundary. Ọ bụrụ na azọrọ anị azọ, ada ma ebe boundary bido. So onye ọbụla adakwa na mba, onye ada na mba. Anyị ga-ejisi ike wee gosi ndị a na weda ma onye ndu ọnụ ya ma ọ nọrọ ya, weda ma PM ọnụ ya ma ọ nọrọ ya, anyị fụkwa afa n'anya o, mana anyị ga na-aga n'iru. Maka na anyị ọ bụ na ya gara n'iru, ominuo na ife anwa a na-ebodofa na fa bụ terrorist na eziokwu, na anyị agbago ọsọ maka na ife anyị na-eme ziri ezi. Mana ọ bụ na anyị bịa kwuru chimchim kwechili, amalụ na ife anyị na-eme na anyị dị serious. Onye adakwa na mba, maka na ana m afụ the spirit. This my number, odezu ike, alarụrọ m ụla etu a. O nwere ndị kpọọ m n'etiti abalị, ọkwa call even n'ụtụtụ a, ọ mmadụ kpọtere m n'ụzọ ụtụtụ ekwugide okwu na-asị unu ada na mba. Ọ ka ekwugideziri okwu, dị guy sị m na kịta anya na-ekwuru m okwu na obi esighị ya ike, na ya dị redi ibu egbe, na nna ya nụrụ ọgụ Biafra, and na ya na-akụziri nwa ya nwoke ka esi anụ ọgụ. So onye adakwa na mba, onye adakwa na mba, na ọnwa bekee ji ya egbu. Oge faji ejụọ PM ajụjụ sometimes last year, faje jụọ ya ajụjụ either last year or 2 years ago. Oge PM say, I am a good guy, that's why he is fighting for the freedom of his people. Onye obodo a je jụọ ya ajụjụ anwa. Ndị be anyị, unu n'anya ife na-eme kịta na Burkina Faso, etu ndị France si achụgharị Traore kafa gbuo ya, fe nwego at least nothing less than 18 assassination attempt. Ọ ife a ka ndị UK na-eme anyị nwa. Ife a kafa na-eme anyị, na-eyuzu ndị Fulani. Ka m gwa gị eziokwu, nke bụ eziokwu, ike agwụgwọkwa ndị Fulani. Ife afa na-emezi bụ ọgụ nya, maka na fafụrụ na ndị a na-akwanyere fa. Ị na-anụ? So onye ada na mba, onye ọbụla ga-ejisi ike wee kwado nzọpụta anyị na-azọpụta onwe anyị n'aka ndị UK. Ifuge Fulani dị useless, hopeless, they are marauders. That's their uselessness, they can never defeat us. Our PM abụrụ sọsọ ya bụ Biafra. Chetakwanụ na ofu onye ka ọ bụ. So o ziri ozi ka ezie unu na anyị ga-adị njikelu, na anyị kwụrụ chimchim. So my people, na-egenu nwanne anyị nwoke a ntị. Ife ndị Fulani na-eyuzu ndị ọha na eze wee na-eme.
What do you call those who uses mask to cover their face and come up on social media talking trash? What do you call them? What did you call the Nigerian politicians who are killing Igbo people, who are killing Biafra'S? What did you call them? And you did not call them bad names. None of you comes on social media to condemn the atrocities of the rape caused by Fulanis, of the killing of our people caused by Fulanis. You don't even want to talk against them. Then, let me ask you, you that is condemning Major General Gento de Yahoo, You that is blackmailing Major General General Yahoo, let me ask you, are you innocent? Are you a righteous one? Is your hand clean? Are you 100% of innocence? Are you out of wickedness? Let me ask you. You that are parading yourself. I love Igbos. I don't want this. What have you contributed on the eradication of Fulanis? Remember, when we talk about Fulanis now, those Fulani who uses cow to destroy our farmland, they are no more using cow now. They are now in the armor tanker. They are now in military uniform. They are now with the machine guns. They are now with the GPNG. They are now with the sophisticated weapons in order to destroy you.
Yes, my people, Ndi Fulani, they cannot defeat us. Impossible. Ma ndị ọcha na-esofa, ndị mbi na befa, fa me defeat nwanyị. PM anyị agwago yesterday, o kwuru okwu with, unu na-anụ ya, o kwuru okwu with Minister of Information anyị, with APM. Si ka asị unu kwechilu unu. Ka m gosi unu this side.
Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you. I want you to understand, they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way.
Yes.
Which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Una anugie. Ndị be anyị kwechili unu.
Fighting to protect the land against the Fulani invaders. And when the men on the ground will come on war front, confronted Fulanis in military uniform that are still killing you people. Now you people, you the same you will still come on social media and condemn the men on the ground. Then who are you? Are you not a hypocrite?
Ndị be anyị, ka m kenekwa ndị bịalụnụ. Rodriguez Orlando Dalo, Freedom for All, Ndewo. Ekpa is great. Of course, Ekpa is really, really great. Ana m asị ka obi sie onye ọbụla ike. Ka obi sie onye ọbụla ike. Ọkaikpe our PM, na PM anyị, na APM, na our information minister, fa kwuru okwu nya for some hours. Onye ọkaikpe si na ya ga-eme appeal. Nke a nwazili ezi. Mana ife onye isi anyị yọrọ ka ayọ unu bụ unu adakwa na mba. Chetakwanụ na ọsọsọ ofu onye ka ọ bụ. Anyị fụrụ ya n'anya nke bụ eziokwu. Sọsọ ofu onye ka ọ bụ. You know. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ sọsọ ofu onye. Mmecha ka m kpọọ gị nụ. So, ife anyị na-agwa unu bụ na nna Maazị onye ndu bụ sọsọ ofu onye, PM sọsọ ofu onye. And unu ma mgbe anyị mere referendum, anyị dị 500 and something million vote for self-referendum. Ọ bụzi sọsọ mmadụ na-abụ a ga-eme unu na-adị weak ma obi mmụọ na-ajụ oyi? Mba, onye ọbụla ga-ekwechiri. Ọkwa m gosiri unu vidio PM, ọ sị na ya ekwechirigo. Onye ọbụla kwechiri, ọ sị ka agwa ya yikwusie ike. Andọ ya nwa bụ onye unu ga na-ene anya. Ọ bụ na ọ daa mba, ma onye ndu anyị nọgo 5 years kịta, ama m na ndị Naijiria na fa ga-emekwa ka fa si eme. Fa ga-bribe this George Omotosho, onye ofe mmanụ, ka ọ chọta ofu ife wee tụọ onye ndu nga. Onye ndu anọgo 5 years, ka anyị malụzie arọ one. Iwepụ 3 years maka na ndị Finland ka fa si eme ihe fa na-agụ ma abalị ma ụtụtụ. Ịma na PM ga-anọzi 3 years. Ị bịa wepụ arọ ọnwa n'ọnọgụ ọ bụrụ 2 years. Ndị be anyị, no matter what, anyị ga-ekwechiri. Ọ ndị ilo anyị, ndị ọcha mbi na befa. Unu wọchịa ife ndị France na-eme Traore, ọ ife ndị UK na-eme n'obodo anyị kịta. Na ife dị iche bụ na onwerozi onye fa na-achọ to assassinate. Na onye nke fa chọta fasi Fulani detain onye nke a. Fulani eyuzuo Ngozi Ọra Fulani wee betray our PM ya na nwunye onye ndu na Bianca unu ma Fulani etu akafa si walk na enu ndị nke anọ n'ọfịa. Look at this handsome man, ọmalicha nwoke dị etu a. Ofa bi n'ọfịa kemgbe onye ndu fọm fa na 2020 n'ime ọfịa nwa kafa bi wee luo taa. Anyị ama dakwa mba maka na enego m anya ndị mmadụ ada abịa na this program. Ọ dị ka ike agwụgo onye ọbụla. Mbanụ my people, ike ama agwụkwọ unu ga na-abịa na-ekwu okwu ka anyị na-akasị ndị be anyị nọ na village obi, ka anyị na-akasịfe obi. Okwu ọnụ dị very powerful. Information dị very powerful. Ya na APM kwuru okwu yesterday bụ maazị, ọ sị ka agwa ya obi si ya ike, na obi si ya nwee ike. So ndị be anyị, onye adakwa na mba. Ọchụ nwa ọkụkọ ga-adarịrị daluo anị. Nwa ọkụkọ enwere nwenwe ọsọ. My people, we can never give up. So can I continue now listen to this our brother? Pause the other video.
Are you not the real problem that the Igbo land is having? Look at how DOS destroyed the Eastern Security Network, handed Eastern Security Network to Igbo politicians to serve its governors. And all of you are happy that your own region don't have any security of themselves. Why in the north, Fulanis have their Mieti Allah in Akweche? Yoruba has their Amodekun in Akweche. Which security do you have? The Ebubago that you go and gang up the criminals that you form and call it Ebubago security outfit. They are the ones that are leading Fulanis to invade our communities, and you are not saying anything. Remember, my information today, being the 1st of September, is for the people, particularly OTOT, the communities. Then if you know, in these communities now, look at the information now. The information for the people of OTOT, such as Omar Lumoke, Ogi, Bandre, Ishokwe, and some part of Ezinachi, this Uchechi, the so-called criminal leader of the defunct red and the black ranting idiots that come up on social media to make noise, to challenge the gods, to challenge his maker. And after the conquest, after the confrontation, the guy now has the youth of Umualumoke and their villages, the youth of Oge and their particular kindreds, the youth of Bandre, Arondizog, communities that is in that axis, please be security conscious. Isiokwe youths and the different kindreds and some parts of Ezinachi.
Ndị be anyị ekenekwa m n'ọzọ ka nkene nwanne anyị nwoke NK McGold na Chinaza. Ndewo daalụnụ nnọọ. Ndị be anyị, onye ọbụla bụ onye ọkaigwe bi n'ala bekee ya jisi ike kpọtụrụ ndị be ha na ndị be anyị ada anụ ife a na-ekwu. Ifugo dịka otu o si wee mee vidio a kịta wee kwuo ife o kwuru wee tinye na ịntanetị. Ndị be anyị ọkụ adịrọ nke eji achaji fonu, ụfọdụ enwero fonu, fada anụ ife a na-ekwu, fada ama nke na-ada, famara ife a na-akọ. Ife ọ na-ekwu bụ security alert ka o wepụta yesterday evening, wee si na m ga-eji ya n'ụtụtụ a wee mee this program. Ife bụ eziokwu bụ na Fulani abatago Ọka, Hausa Fulani abatago Ọka, mana ọka anyị ga-esi wee chekwa ụmụnna anyị ka a ghara ịdị na-egbufa. Biko nụ my people, biko onye nwee mgbịrịmgba ya kpọọ ndị befa. Mụnwa na-akpọkwa ụmụnne m even though na ba ya abụrụ ọkaigwe, mana fa onwere befa na-eje ka fa ghara itinye isi n'ụzọ ọkaigwe, maka na ndị a ike ada agwụfa agwụ and anyị nwe ike ama agwụkwa n'anyị. Oge PM kpọrọ onye isi anyị yesterday, ọ sị ya gwa anyị kwụsie ike. So onye ọbụla ga-eme nke o nwere ike ime wee sọpọtụ ife anyị na-eme. Onye adakwa na mba, anyị ama ada mba. Ọrụ 500 and something million voted for our self-referendum and anyị lu 70 million. Anyị lu karịa 70 million, even up to 80 million. So onye ndu na PM onye ndu anọrọ ebe a na ebe anyị lụrụ kịta. PM anọrọ ebe a for the past 9 months na ebe anyị lụrụ kịta. So my people, we can do it. We can make Biafra great. Onye ada na mba, iwu bụ na anyị ga-enwetaliri Biafra. So maka ama nwanne anyị nwoke na-agbala anyị security alert, onye ọbụla uche dị ya.
And Uchechi from Ezinachi compiled the names of these youths from different communities that messed up OTOT. And there is a meeting that's currently going on now that the Nigerian DSS, together with the Fulanis, terrorists in military uniform, police, the Nigerian National Forest Guard or something, they are now in a combined meeting, coming together to invade OTOT. And I want to use this opportunity to let Ezinachi community to understand that Ezinachi is writing their names in the history of saboteurs, a history that can never be removed. So I know that in that Ezinachi there are still good people. Please, I want the people, the good people of that Ezinachi to take action, because I don't see the reason why Ezinachi will now rise in order to destroy the youth of Omalmoke, in order to destroy the youth of Oge, in order to destroy the youth of the boundary around this dog in that axis, in order to destroy the youth and the people of Isiokwe, and also to destroy the youth, some part of the youth of Ezinachi that are not in support of the Ebubago criminal recruited agents that was recruited by the Nigerian Tiger Base and DSS under the watch of Ebe Kodike, the betrayer of his own people. So, this message is coming to you from the office of Major General Gento de Yahoo. And the Gento de Yahoo is telling you openly that he is for your own security, that you should debunk any propaganda that is against him, that by the grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, the Almighty God will strengthen him, will give him life, and restore his health. Please, I am here now in order to let Biafra'S to understand there's another plan for Nigerian terrorist government to invade OTOT, because their criminal agents who didn't succeed on the suicide mission that was given to them by the Kodike and DOS, because he has failed, and he has come out full to destroy his own people. So I want those who are supporting these criminals, those red and red criminals, those who are supporting him, I want them to understand the exposition of their evil agenda. Remember, my work is to protect you by giving you first-hand information so that you will get yourself and be security conscious, because Gento de Yahoo don't want to lose any soul in Okigwe. But if you are a criminal or a kidnapper, or you are using the name of the Gento or the picture of Gento on social media or Facebook in order to defraud people, please, Gento de Yahoo is now here, and the Biafra Defense Forces is here now, warning you to desist. Because if you don't desist, the spirit of Biafra will expose you, no matter whom you are and no matter where you are. We are whiter than white. Gento, the killer, remains innocent of every propaganda by the enemies.
Yes, my people, Biafra fight is highly spiritual. We must be strong, powerful, resilient. Onye ọbụla ga-ekwechiri kwechirinu. Ka m kenekwa Chinaza, my brother, ndewo. Kene Precious, my sister, you are highly welcome. We must remain strong, powerful, powerful.
People are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you. are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come.
You see, my people, unu mana o nwere onye kpọrọ m yesterday from homeland. Jụọnụ m ife onye anwa kpọrọ m wee na-ekwu. Onye anwa sị na ndị be anyị na-aṅụrị na-akpọchigo our PM nọ ya na cause fire security. Wee si okay, in the next 1 month, the person ya bịakwa ṅụrịa gwazie anyị na insecurity agwụgo na Biafra land. In the next 2 months, ya bịa ṅụrịa, ọ ṅụrịcha ya bịa gwa anyị na insecurity. We are the target of Fulanis. Anyị bụ target ndị ọcha na-akwadofa. Ndị ọcha na-akwadofa during the war nke a na-akpọ Harold Wilson si na anyị niile ga-anwụcha because na fa ga-continue na-live a good life. Ọkụ unu wee ma na ọ bụrụ ndị Fulani ka anyị na fa na-anụ ọgụ, ọ anyị na ndị ọcha. Ndị ọcha just na-eyuzu ndị Fulani maka na o nwere any African nation ebe Fulani nọ wee karịa na Nigeria, ebe emelfa allow to rule. Ọ maka na fa na-egbu ndị ọcha mgbe fa bịa na 18 something. Egwu wee ba ndị ọcha anya, fa na fa wee gaa into agreement. So my people, obi eshekikwa na anybody. O nwero PM ka na-ekwuru mmadụ okwu. Ya na onye isi anyị kwuru okwu yesterday. Ya na information minister kwukwa, fa kwuru okwu together with onye ọkaikpe. Onye ọkaikpe wee kwe nkwa na a ga-eme appeal. Anyị nọrụ meeting nya awa ịtọ. Obi akụ na onye ọbụla, onye adịkwa na weak. Let nobody be weak spirited. Onye ọbụla jisi obi ike, not the same thing. The very good thing anyị nwe bụ na all the templates PM elesigie down. Ọ pụtagodu kịta o nwere ife ọzọ ọ na-abịa ime other than ịdị na-asị anyị jisi ike. Ọ bụrụ afụrụ m ya n'anya. I love my PM so much. I miss him so much. Mana kama agwọ ga-agbana ka egbubie ya ọdụ. Kama a ga-ebuni ya Nigeria, ya nọdụ ebe ọ nọ. Unu mana ndị Nigeria na fa chọọ ka ebunata ya because na ọ bụ citizen of Finland. At least olu Finland gbaa mbọ nwee citizenship. O nwere onye ga-ebuni ya. Ọ pụtagodu echi from ya bụ mkpọrọ ma appeal ga successfully ọ pụta ama ebuni ya Nigeria. Nke anwa ọ dị impossible. Ọ dị ka ndị obodo abịa kịta si na program m na-eme na ọ dị against them. Na mụ na commit crime fa akpụpụ m court. Ejesi asị na atụọ m nga. Mpụta sị ka ebuna m Nigeria. Obodo a ka m ga-anọ maka na abụ m citizen onye obodo a. So my people, onye adịkwa na sad. Onye adị na sad. Onye ada na mba. Yes, my brother NK. Ifuge ka ndị be anyị si reason na surprise him. Fana aṅụrị si no PM na akọs insecurity. Olozo Hope Uzodimma, lozo Rochas Okorocha, lozo ndị Ebubagụ, lozo ndị DOS, lozo Ifeanyi Ejiofor, ya na ndị DOS so wee lee onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ ife ndị be anyị na-elozo. Lozo na Zamfara. Na ọ bụrụ PM Maazị Simon Ekpa na kọs ife na-eme na Zamfara ma nke na-eme na Plateau State or Benue ma ọ bụ PM na kọs nke na-eme kịta na Kwara State na Ilori ma nke na-eme na Borno ọ PM na kọsụcha insecurity niile a ebe Fulani nọ na-egbu mmadụ ọ bụrụ ọnụ PM. Ndị Nigeria bụ natural terrorists. They are terrorists. Nigeria government is a terrorist nation. A terrorist nation. Yes. N'elu ya ọ ife ofu nwanne anyị melu na ebe foto Finland president enyi imele enyi ọkwa ya na PM anyị bụ enyi o wee gbachi nkịtị eme PM ife a ọ gbachie nkịtị. You know, this man agbachi nkịtị e wee jide PM anyị. So etu a ka anyị ga-esikwa na-egosi ya ndị ụwa na nwoke a bụ onye ọjọọ, ọ evil man ka ọ bụ, oyi terrorist nation. Oge m nụrụ na nwunye ya bụ onye UK, onye London, m wee si no wonder, the conversation na-aga ọfụma. You know, ịkpa nkata na-aga ọfụma maka na Finland bụ very hungry and wretched country. Finland the only 5,540 something. Feluro 6 million. Finland a unu na-afụ feluro ka Anambra, feluro ka Enugu. Mana fa bụ a nation. Ọkụ unu wee mana Nigeria tosiri ịbụ 15 to 20 nations. Maka no ịgbalụ from one state to another ọ bụrụ 45 minutes by air. We can never give up, Biafra'S. Our freedom is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Let nobody give up. Let nobody give up. Don't give up. Ọkụ ga-agbagbu this man, gbagbu onye na ndị niile so we na plan ife melu our PM. Let us listen to this. Onwe nwanne anyị nwoke bulu this news. Let us listen to it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Monday, the 1st day of September 2025. It is in the news that the pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa gets 6-year sentence in Finland for terrorism-related offenses. I think it's important for you to know that the reason why he was sentenced to 6 years is not because of terrorism.
Yes, my people. PM ndị Finland na-asịkwa asị fadelu no maka tax fraud. No melu tax fraud. Finland ahụ na-afụ bụ ndị ọjọọ. That president ngosili unu ọkụ na-agba onye ọjọọ. Ọ na-anụ nwanyị onye Britain. Ka unu wee mara ebe nsogbu anyị si. Ka m kọọrọ unu nke bụ eziokwu. Ndị a mana ọ bụrụ na fa welu terrorism wee tụọ PM nga na country like America ga-asịfa no na ọ dị njọ fa wee twist ya si no tax fraud. Mana ọ na Finland ka anyị nọ wee mee our first convention. Na Finland, na Helsinki, anyị nọdụ na Lati Finland wee mee the second one na 2024. Finland bụ ndị mma iru na abụọ. Fa gbuluga n'iru, fe gbuluga n'azụ. Finland dị very, very conniving and condescending. Finland bụ a very corrupt nation. Very, very corrupt. Fadi, very, very, absolutely very corrupt. Finland nation. They are corrupt. They allowed us to do our convention 2023. PM nọ ebe anwa wee unveil our men on ground. Wee unveil our charter, which is our law. And the fan nọ ana akwụfụ ụgwọ all the halls, all the hotels. They took it. Finland was there when we did our re-declaration. Now 2024, 2nd of December. They were there. We used 2 halls and we paid for it. Finland is a very corrupt nation. Very, very corrupt. Finland is highly corrupt, very wretched and poor. Yes, my sister Precious said Finland is very poor. That is why they conspire with Nigeria killers, kidnappers, harvesting human organs to hold our PM, use Biafra natural resources to enrich their poverty countries. Yes, hungry Finland. Ọ ndị Finland na ndị UK, ọfa na-egbu anyị, ọfa jidere PM anyị. Onye ndu bụkwa their citizen, fa chọrọ ịrapụ onye ndu. Let us listen to this very video.
Related offenses and all, but also for tax evasion and also for violation of a Lawyers Act. This was contained in the report released by the BBC. That is the first thing. And the second thing I want you to know there is that the duration of the sentence, as we know, is 6 years. But this is not the 6 years that is being translated, especially in the countries in Africa. In Finland, when you get 6 years term, I think it is both the day and the night. So he has been sentenced for 3 years. And his lawyer said that this sentence will be appealed. And in these 3 years that he was sentenced now, he has still almost 9.
Now his lawyers na appeal the case. They will appeal it. So onye ọbụla nwee mmụọ kwụrụ ọtọ, mmụọ siri ike, onye adakwa na mba. Let nobody shake. We have now known the method of Nigeria practice. Nigeria will capture your leader, wanting you to get weak in mind. Don't be weak-minded, my people. Obisi onye ọbụla ike, onye adakwa na mba. Onye ada na mba, ị ga-enweteriri Biafra. We must get Biafra. Nothing can stop it. We are only talking of freedom. We are not terrorists. We are not haters. We are not violent people. We are freedom fighters. Why did America and Britain fight? They fought because America won their freedom from Britain. The same way we want our freedom from Britain and Fulanese. We want our freedom. We must get Biafra. We must get Biafra. We are not terrorist people. We are not agitators fighting for to kill anybody. We want our freedom. We are not killers. We are developers. Anywhere we are, we make good impact. We either study and be useful to the country where we are, or we will be business people and do business to promote the economy of the country where we live. We are not violent people. We must be free. We must be free. For the Europe now to support that Palestinians should be free, why would Biafrans not be free? We must be free. Our freedom is our inalienable right. We must be freed. We must be freed. Free Mazi Ekpa. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now. Ndibani, etu akodi.
Months. So if the lawyer did not appeal the case, I think he will be there for 2 years and some months now. So that is the issue about the preamble of this breaking news that Simon Ekpa has been sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. According to the prosecutor of the government of the Finland, they said that the Simon has been actively involved in a separatist movement seeking independence for southeastern Nigeria under the name Biafra. And this is the details of the news. The Paijan District Court in Finland has sentenced Simon Ekpa to 6 years in prison on terrorism charges, the BBC reports. According to the court decision, Ekpa was found guilty of inciting terrorism in Nigeria. He was also said to have promoted the independence of Biafra region through illegal means between
Also, my people, also know from BBC report. So BBC now report. BBC knows about Biafra, but they are not saying anything. BBC can never report about Biafra. Una fuge efe na agwa unu. Na the same way ndị France si achụ Traore kafagbuo, ka ndị Britain si achụ ndị Biafra kafagbuo. Ifuge na BBC must everything, but they are pretending. They are pretending. Very pretentious. Some British people, they were against what their country is doing to suppress Biafra'S.
in 2021 and 2024. Now, out of the context, at the time, this morning, a lot of people, I saw a lot of people saying that Finland government has, made the agitation of Biafra to be illegal in European Union and so on and so forth. I think that is not true. What the court is saying is that he was also said to have promoted the independence of the Biafra region through illegal means between 2021 and 2024. Okay, so they are not saying that he's promoting the Biafra freedom or restoration movement, something like that, that it is illegal. So they said he is promoting it in illegal ways. So what are the illegal ways? I think the few things I was able to capture that the government of the Finland said is that they were able to get the receipts of some weapons, but I don't know, something like that. I don't understand the language very well, but you can get the
Ndị be anyị unu mana mbọsị PM nọ a na-ekpe ikpe that day ndị DOS jere wee gbaa akaebe na Ngozi nọ na Finland. Ngozi Ọra Fulani ọ nọ na Finland zoo na one hotel wee na-enye ndị Nigeria na ndị Finland information. Ọkwa unu fụrụ Ngozi ajụ ife ga-emenya bụ nwanyị ọbara ụmụ Biafra Ngozi na-akwafu etu a ka ọ ga-adị ya na famili. Onye ọbụla na-akwafu ọbara ụmụ Biafra aka ya dị n'ife ndị Fulani ji asọbsidi wee na-egbu ndị be anyị. Onye anwa na famili ama afụnata ife ọma mana ụwa ọzọ.
Document and translate it by yourself. Now it says others accusation included aggravated tax fraud and violation of the Lawyers Act. See, from the beginning of this video, I made it clear that it's not only the Terrorism Act that made them to sentence Simon, but also for tax. They call it tax fraud, but that is when you evade tax. Maybe you are getting more.
My people, they say this tax fraud. That is the grounds for sentencing our PM. And this is one of the reasons why PM has right to appeal. Because he has been living in Finland for 20 years. And he is a barrister in Finland. And he is the leader of our agitator, our prime minister. He did everything with Finland government to make sure that we came in 2023 to do what we did and 2024. If he has any tax case, why did Finland government not dictate it before Nigeria came to ask them to seize our PM? You see it. So PM will every opportunity and all grounds to appeal this sentence, because if that is their basic ground or their basis for sentencing him, he has right to appeal. And lawyer kwurie yesterday na ọ ga-eme appeal. So onye ọbụla adakwa na mba, onye ada na mba, anyị ga-emeli ndị a. We are winning them. We have won Nigeria.
Money than the tax you declared and you are paying, and also the violation of Lawyers Act. I think you have to be a lawyer to violate the Lawyers Act. So these are the three issues that the prosecutors of the Finland government brought before the court. In May, there was a news everywhere that The trial of Simon Ekpa over the alleged terrorism commenced in Finland. He was accused of participating in a terrorist organization and publicly inciting crimes for terrorist purposes. I think it's not fair calling IPOB a terrorist organization, and IPOB has never been a terrorist organization in anywhere, any country apart from Nigeria. And when IPOB was designated as terrorist organization, the reason why they did that was out of fear. I don't think there is any tangible reason like insecurity or people are carrying gun. No. So for Finland court to say that is a member of terrorist organization, I don't know anyway, but I don't think whether they are referring to IPOB or not. Now, it continues that it will be recorded that the Finnish police investigated the case in collaboration with Nigerian authorities. Ekpa appeared before the Pajame District Court. According to prosecutors, he has been actively involved in a separatist movement seeking independence for southeastern Nigeria under the name Biafra. They allege that the activity conducted online and coordinated from Finland may constitute terrorism under Finnish law. So this is another clear, place and stance of the Finland government that they said that the online activities of Mr. Simon Ekpa violates the.
Ndị be anyị, unu mana onwego program mme before. For those of you who are still around listening, onwe program mme before. Wee gwa unu na Sokoto Caliphate, Sokoto, the Sultan of Sokoto, si na internet no a terrorism or terrorist organization. If any PM post go against them, echikita afa nwere ike si na mụnwa bụ onye na-eme this program na mụ bụ terrorist. Una fuge na mụ na incite trouble. Adima incite trouble. What I am inciting is peace and progress for my people. I'm inciting freedom for my people. I'm not inciting any violence or any terrorism. No, we are not terrorists. We are freedom fighters. Just like the way people of Ukraine are fighting to be free, the same way the people of Palestinians are fighting to be free, and the whole Europe is now supporting them. That's the way we are fighting to be free. So, telling you that our PM is inciting terrorism is just a fallacy. How many years have our PM lived in Finland? For Finland people to now know that he is a tax invader or that he is a terrorist incitement guy. You see? Exactly, my brother. Let me display this. Canadian government is bigger than, in fact, Finland will be like one state in Canada, not up to one state in Canada. But Canada court knew that Nigeria government is a terrorist organization. Yes, Finland should know that Canada has proscribed the whole nation of Nigeria as a terrorist organization. If you go to World Terrorist Index, you will see Nigeria there. They are there as number 2. Afghanistan is number 1. Nigeria number 2. Pakistan number 3. Terrorist nations. So my people, anything they are reading out, how our PM is a terrorist, that is the same way they called Mandela a terrorist. That is the same way Britain called Gandhi a terrorist when Britain was ruling India. That is how they call you terrorist. What are they? Are they not terrorists? If you are supporting a terrorist nation, are you not a terrorist?
Finnish law, that is in law in Finland. And what may be the activities on social media they are talking about? I think maybe it's because of a lot of sharing of dead bodies, sharing of scenes where terrorism happened, and most of the time on Twitter, I see so many posts sometimes. Mr. Simon will claim responsibility of that, even though he did not do it, even though he do it. But I don't see how people see that. But I think that is what they are referring to.
Ndị be anyị, ife nwanne anyị nwoke na report kedu afia bụ Marcel Okocha. Ife ọ na report bụ na fa nyelu fa kwuru si na PM na-display ozu ndị amị egburegbu. Unu afụghị na Musa nke a bụ aka ọlụ Musa ka ife niile PM anyị na-eme na afụfụ na-arụ maka nọ ndị soldiers ya kịta Musa nwere ozi soldiers o wee na-ekpolu terrorist na wunye na amị. You can never see the chief of defense staff in America talking to terrorist group, let alone putting them in his army. You can never see chief of army staff in Britain or in France or in Germany grouping terrorists to join his army. It's only in Nigeria. Musa is the one doing it. Canadian government, all the way from Canada, is now proscribing Nigeria as a terrorist nation. But Finland does not know. Finland are terrorist nation as well because they terrorized Russia. That was why they got their own independence, because Finland is a terrorist nation. Finland, unu ga-ata afụfụ n'aka anyị na nke a unu ga-ata afụfụ. Finland will suffer in our hands. Fa ga-ata afụfụ n'aka anyị. Nee ya, ndị ọjọọ ekwensu nwoke a unu fụrụ nwunye ya bụ onye Britain ka unu wee mara ebe nsogbu niile a si abịa. Nwunye bụ ndị a na-achụ anyị kịta. Nwunye nwoke a na enyi ya, nwunye ya bụ onye Britain ka unu wee malụ na etufa si akpa nkata ka e wee jide ndị be anyị ka fa wee na-ezu ochi mmanụ na ochi gas. PM ya bụrụ terrorist. Nekwa ndị bụ terrorist ebe a, nee ya ka ọkụ na-agbụ ya. Ọ ya bụ terrorist. Because when Finland left Russia, they were terrorists as well. If your freedom is any country fighting for freedom is a terrorist, then Finland were terrorists when they fought Russia and got their own independence. Yes, ọkụ agbabago fa kita. Ọkụ agbabago Finland kita. Ndị ọjọọ. So my people, ka anyị na-egekwa this our brother.
Prosecutors of the Finland government demanded a 6-year prison sentence for Mr. Simon. And this is what he said. We have a great deal of evidence regarding this individual online activities and communication, says State Prosecutor Samsa Hakana. At the pretrial hearing, Simon Ekpa's lawyer, Karanda Gomeros, raised concerns about the reliability of information coming from Nigeria. And there in May, many news outlets reported that Finland's National Prosecution Authority charged Nigerian Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa with inciting terrorism online. The prosecution authority in a statement accused Ekpa, who is also a Finnish citizen, of public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent and participation in the activities of a terrorist group, according to AFP. The prosecutors said Ekpa, a self-acclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile, committed the offense in Lahti, a city in southern Finland, between 2021 and 2024. AFP reported that while Finnish authorities did not name the individual in the official statement, a Finnish public broadcaster, YLE, called Yande, confirmed the suspect as Ekpa, a dual Finnish Nigerian national who has drawn international attention for his outspoken campaign to establish an independent Biafra state in southeastern Nigeria. Ekpa was arrested and detained by Finnish police in November 2024. According to the prosecution authority, he has remained in custody and denied all charges. The prosecution alleged that Ekpa's online activities incited acts of violence in Nigeria under the guise of pro-Biafra agitation. The charges stemmed from his prominent role in a faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a separatist group proscribed as a terrorist organization in 2017 by the former President Muhammadu Buhari-led Nigerian government. Now, out of the article, this is another issue. You see, sometimes I wonder if any place on earth will also regard IPOB that Buhari proscribed as terrorist organization. In the face of the reality that the Nigerian government has been accused, even yesterday now Rufai was saying it on Chinese television, that the government is sponsoring, insecurity by paying the terrorists and so on and so forth. But people still believe that IPOB is still a terrorist organization. Anyway, maybe it's not the IPOB I know, it is IPOB that is being sponsored by the Nigerian government to carry arms and all those things. Maybe. Now, it continues that IPOB has long pushed for secession of the Igbo-dominated southeastern region of Nigeria, which was the center of a brutal civil war from 1967 to 1970, resulting in over 1 million deaths. Finnish authorities also investigated potential financial support for Ekpa's activities following his arrest in 2024. Police requested the detention of 4 individuals suspected of financing his operations. However, the prosecution authority confirmed that the charges against those individuals had been dropped due to insufficient evidence from the Nigerian state against them. So this is the base of the report that Simon has been sentenced, to 6 years imprisonment. That is 4 years, and he has stayed over 9 months now. So before this issue of arrest and everything, I want you to take a look at these videos where and when Simon was, the talk of the day in all social media that has dragged this attention of so many people in filing petitions and leading him to the 6 years sentence he has today. Take a listen.
If you've been wearing glasses more than 5 years, stop scrolling. We're looking for people in the UK.
Then a civil war was ensured, and suddenly there was unity.
Okwono furu idiot a na-ekwu okwu ebe a, afia bụ Garuba. Adamu Garuba, #1 terrorist sponsor. Onye a unu furu, ndị Fulani na worship ye ka na worship Chukwu. This Garuba bụ #1 terrorist sponsor. Ọ sị na Boko Haram bụ their own freedom fighters. Una fugie, this hopeless Garuba, this criminal here called Adamu Garuba.
But most recently, one man that was termed and adjudicated as a terrorist in Nigeria, who is currently serving in Nigerian jail, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, started the movement in the name of IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, to actualize the dream of that secession. And suddenly you now have this man who is sitting in Finland, was able to leverage on social media platforms to continue to stir violence and encourage killings and destruction in that part of the country.
If you look at his pronunciation, this Ndi Fulani, Neya, son of a Fulani man, these criminals, these terrorists, these terrorist sponsors, this man is the one sponsoring terrorism. The whole Nigeria, this man, Garuba, look at him. He is the one sponsoring terrorism in Borno State, in Zamfara State, in Kaduna State, in Plateau, in Benue, in Yoruba land. This is the man in Southeast, all over the region. At least I thank God that it's not only in Southeast that they have any disturbance. Because somebody will say, is it only in Southeast? Yes. Okay, who is causing it? But it is all over Nigeria, and they are not talking about it. They only talk about Southeast. This guy said that Boko Haram, that anybody who is fighting Boko Haram is fighting the people protecting them, fighting the people who is fighting for their independence. This Garuba you see here, Garuba is the sponsor of Boko Haram, the terrorist group.
Country that have known no peace for so long time. Someone never liberated on social media. He lived in Finland, he paid Finnish tax, and do everything well in Finland, happily with his family, while causing trouble and making people here to be killing each other. When that happen again, he will carry the footages of the killings and publish on his social media handles.
Have you now seen it? That he carries the footages of the killing on his social media. That's why they are banning social media in Nigeria. Because they will be tying the hands and the mouth of the media, so that media will never report the atrocities. Is it only in Southeast that they have political or terrorism activities in Nigeria? It's not only in Southeast. They have it in Borno, they have it in Kaduna, they have it in Zamfara, they have it in Plateau, they have it in Benue, they have it in Yoruba land. So why is Southeast his only concern? Because he's a killer himself. He unalives people. He rapes people. He sponsors Boko Haram. This man here, Garuba. Adamu Garuba is a terrorist. And nobody is holding him with Gumi and Kashim Shetima. All of them are terrorists. Nobody is holding them. Tinubu is also a terrorist because Tinubu is the leader of a terrorist nation. Adamu Garuba, look at this idiot. This nwa onye ashawo mụtara. Nwa onye ndị na-ebi n'ime ọfịa mụtara. Ọ sị na PM anyị na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na fa bụ terrorist. Kedu onye na-terrorize Zamfara? Yes. Or PM na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-terrorize Borno State. Or PM na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-terrorize Kwara State na Yoruba land. Or the same Garuba, he sponsors terrorism. He's here talking nonsense.
But Mr. Garba, sorry, I mean, can I just jump in quickly? I mean, do you think this guy, Simon Ekpa, is working alone? Because there are some reports saying that he may have a sponsor, but that claim has not been substantiated. What do you think? I mean, are we talking about a guy on his own, or is he getting support from somewhere?
There is no way you will disconnect the wide-ranging network of this Biafra movement across the world. It is there. But one thing that surprises us is the fact that he is living in a self-acclaimed democratic country, a democratic model.
Garuba, my promise to you is that no matter how much you sponsor terrorism, you and your useless wandering and marauding Fulani can never settle in Biafra land. You can never go back to Futajalon. That is where you belong. Coming to Nigeria is like you were missing your road. You can never succeed. You and Shetima, and Gumi, Malami, Pantami, El-Rufai. Even El-Rufai was telling you people that it is the federal government that is sponsoring bandits. I will bring the picture out now. Let me show you. You will see it. Where he said that it is the federal government that is sponsoring bandits. So that anything I say, I will show it here, and you people will see it. You will see it. Where he said it. Look at it. Look at it, my people. Federal government paying bandits, El-Rufai alleges. Have you seen it? Unafugie. They know themselves. El-Rufai is one of the terrorist sponsors. A Fulani man, look at him. He said federal government paying bandits, El-Rufai, and let me see the newspaper that carried it. Punch. Have you people seen it? Punch newspaper. Look at it. Punch newspaper reported it. That El-Rufai is accusing federal government of sponsoring bandits, and his brother Garba is here talking about terrorism by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and PM Mazi Simon Ekpa.
Finland and the country that Nigeria have a very strong strategic relationship with them. And this man is threatening to disrupt a democratic.
Have you heard it? That Nigeria has a very strong strategic relationship with Finland. That's why
there is no way you will disconnect the wide-ranging network of this Biafra movement across the world. It is there. But one thing that surprises us is the fact that he is living in a self-acclaimed democratic country, a democratic model. Finland and the country that Nigeria have a very strong strategic relationship with them.
You see, Nigeria has a very strong strategic relationship with Finland. That's why Finland is now dancing to their tune. That's why Finland is dancing to the tune of Nigeria government. If our PM committed, if PM committed what they call tax fraud, if PM committed what they call tax fraud, living in Finland for the past 20 years, practicing as a barrister in Finland, why is it that Finland was not able to dictate it? They allowed Biafra'S 2023 to go there for our convention and unveil Biafra Liberation Army and unveil Biafra Charter, did everything, lodged in their hotels, used their conference hall, paid them. Last year, 2024, 2nd of December, Biafra'S were in Finland. They redeclared Biafra on the 2nd of December. Finland accommodated Biafra'S. You can see that Finland is a conniving and condescending, confused country that is supporting terrorism, that is mingling and dining with terrorist nation. Ndị Biafra, ndị a na-aṅụrị, ndị na-aṅụrị na PM na-ejide gị, unu ga-ajụ onwe unu ajụjụ, onye na-eterrorize ndị Benue or PM na-eterrorize ndị Plateau or PM na-eterrorize ndị Kwara State or PM na-eterrorize ndị Zamfara or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka ọ bụ PM na-eterrorize ndị Borno State. Ifele megbukwa unu. Ngwa kịta fa ekwugo na atụgo PM nga, of which na lawyer kwuru ya okwu yesterday si na a ga-eme appeal. Ifele ga-emegbu unu bụ ndị Biafra, so ndị Fulani na-achụ nwanne unu. Ọbala ndị egburegbu ga-adị unu niile n'isi. All of you na-ejubilate ka mmalụ ma terrorism ọ ga-akwụsị na be unu. Onye niile na-aṅụrị si na-ejide gị na nsogbu na Southeast ga-akwụsị. Let me watch and see. Ọ bụ na ọ bụrụ na ọ na-asọpọt ka a ghara ịdị na-egbu unu, onye ndu create ESN ka e protect unu, unu akesigobu unu wee kwapụ by now. For ndị Southeast, any Southeastern person na-aṅụrị wee na-aṅụrị na-ejide PM na atụghị nga, ọbala ụmụ Igbo niile ga Nigeria will happen to you, and ọbala ụmụ Igbo egburegbu ga-ajụ na ajụjụ. Ọ detekwa aka ọ dete aka result akpọ. Ọbala ụmụ Igbo niile egburu ga na-eso unu bụ ndị Igbo, so ndị Fulani wee na-achụ ndị be anyị ọsọ, wee na-achụ ndị amị anyị ọsọ, wee jee n'ọkaigwe na-achọ igbu ndị amị, ndị na-echedo obodo. Na this terrorist nọ here, onye ahụ unu fụrụ bụ terrorist number 1. Ya nwa na sponsor terrorism na Nigeria. This Adamu Garuba na Shetima, Kwankwaso, El-Rufai, all of them On ndị a na sponsor terrorism na Nigeria. That's why faji ebe akwa Nnamdi Kanu na akwa PM, because ọ na-anọchirifu ụzọ. Ọ na-anọchirifu ụzọ. Na ife PM kwuru ebe a, ga-enu ntị.
It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. People are fleeing from their ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity.
Yes.
No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom.
Unanuge, after he is done with Nigeria, omega everything okwela. Everything has been done. All the templates are there. We are just following it.
People are fleeing from their ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No.
They will like you to believe. And though if some of us who believe, ndị be anyị anọ na villages, ndị na-asị no no PM no nyanwa na-eme ife na-eme n'obodo anyị ji eme. All Hope Uzodimma, Rochas Okorocha, David Umahi, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Willie Obiano, na ọfa niile, Governor Wike, all of them now, all family ife banyi ji nwee insecurity in the first place. For we bido we use the DOS. DOS includes Ifeanyi Ejiofor, former barrister Onyendu, Chinasa Nworu na Chike Doziem. All bụ major DOS people, governors, ndị Fulani na-use wee bute insecurity na banye. Maka no this Chinasa Nworu na-agwa Caterpillar ka ọ na-egbu anybody ghelu PM ọnụ. PM kpọfa na phone oge ejidere onye ndu. Caterpillar agwa Chinasa Nworu, Chinasa Nworu ezie ya. Chinasa Nworu ezie ya, ogbu onye anwa. Ọ na-egbu ụmụ Biafra. Ọbara ụmụ Biafra ga-aga n'isi onye ọbụla si na PM na-emere ọfụma tụọ ya nga. Ka unu gwa m na ife niile na-eme na Plateau State, na-eme na Zamfara, no sọsọ no PM na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-emie. Onye ọbụla ga-ekwu otu anwa, Nigeria will happen to you 3,000 times. Yes, this our brother Julunu here. See who is killing the Plateau, Benue, Zamfara, Kaduna, and Kwara. Ike tinyekwu Yoruba land. Oh, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na Simon Ekpa. Mana anyị ma ife na-eme. Oh, ndị ọcha na-support ndị Fulani. Fulani bụ veluro dị 12 million na the zoo. Mana ọfa na chi Nigeria. Fulani na Mauritania karịrị 50 million. But ndị Mauritania ekwero ka Fulani chia. Fa karịrị ife dịka 20 million na Senegal. Mana fada chi na Senegal. Fulani karịrị over 30 million na Mali. Ndị Mali ekwero ka fachia. Fulani nọ na Ghana. Ghana adekwedu ka Fulani wenite isi. Ọfa na ndị ọcha ji anyị na-egbu. But Biafra land is their last bus stop. Fulani, you have started and you will end up with nothing.
He insisted that he will ensure that his activists are armed and they will go to the street, fight, destroy, and stop every other person from going to exercise their freedom of expression and voting. And this is the most democratic practice we have in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is one of the model of Western-style democracy. And this man is living in a Western country, disrupting a Western-style democracy in Nigeria.
The man is living in Western country. This is the kind of human beings anybody will expect us to live with. Biafra'S, we were about 50-something million, 56 million that voted for our self-referendum. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the PM Simon Ekpa, their absence cannot stop us. They cannot stop us. And let me tell you, Biafra'S,
and the Finnish authority.
Let me tell you, Biafra'S, if you people got tired and got weak-minded and allow these Fulanis, these uncircumcised Fulanis, to make you people become weak, and only do way more PM way because oge wute fanabo no dalumba ayama danatamba or this son of terrorist or fanwa gemeli ayewa aye the 50-something million. We will never allow this Garuba and his people to take over our land. They can never take over our land. PM na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we love them. And our enemies have kept them in a place that we don't know. We cannot give up. It's not now, Biafra'S. Not now. This Garuba talking is a terrorist. Adamu Garuba is #1 terrorist. Shetima Kashim is a terrorist. He created terrorist group. Gumi is a terrorist. El Rufai, look at what he wrote here. This is what El Rufai wrote here. He said the federal government is supporting and paying bandits. El Rufai alleges with Punch newspaper. So my people, I will be showing it to you people like this intermittently. For those of you who are rejoicing that our PM has been in prison, that Southeast will be at peace, tell me, is PM causing the problem in Zamfara and Borno, Kwara State, Plateau, Benue, Yoruba land, or PM na cause all those terrorism, all this Garuba? This Garuba and his family are the terrorist group. Neya, oh Garuba, this Garuba, Adamu Garuba, chief terrorist group in Nigeria. He's not talking about what he and his group are doing, but he's talking about Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu, the puppet. Tinubu is not the one ruling Nigeria. It is this Garuba and Shetima that Garuba is vice president. Shetima is the president. Tinubu is just there to recover his money. The money he used in sponsoring Buhari. That's all. Tinubu is not saying anything. And Tinubu believes that he has not made all the money he used in sponsoring Buhari to enter into government. So Biafra'S, i.e. the 56 million that voted, -2, minus Onyendu na PM, ayagadamba. PM achọrọkwa ka unu daa mba, ọ sị na ya chọrọ ka unu na-eti fire ọkụ. This is a son of terrorists can never defeat us. No, my people. They will never defeat us. So let me be playing it. My brother
did not do it.
Why do you think?
My brother Nonso, I welcome you. Whenever you want to join, just indicate. I will just stop.
That is, Adam. Why do you think Finnish authorities have done nothing about this guy Simon Ekpa, who's essentially trying to run a separatist movement from his home in Finland to affect Nigeria just ahead of your presidential elections? Why is Finland doing nothing?
To be very frankly with you, personally, this is my personal view, and I think Western relationship with Nigeria has always been double standard. There has always been double standard. It appears that what Simon Ekpa is doing is either not threatening their interests or is serving their interests. So to that effect, they will fold their arms.
Unafuge, the man Julia Wesia, kedu ife iji wee chee na Finland enwere ifefa na-eme? Why do you think that Finland is doing nothing? Finland was not doing anything then because Finland was a country that fought for their own freedom from USSR and got free from Russia. That's why they were not doing anything. So now you will see that it was him and his group that went to incite Finland to start doing something. Did you people get my analogy? Because this man asked him, why do you think that Finland was not doing anything? Let me put the question back.
Claim democratic country, a democratic model. Armed, and they will go to the street, fight, destroy, and stop every other person from going to exercise their freedom of expression and voting. And this is the most democratic practice we have in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is one of the model of Western-style democracy. And this man is living in a Western country, disrupting a Western-style democracy in Nigeria, and the Finnish authority did not do it.
Why do you think that is, Adam? Why do you think Finnish authorities have done nothing about this guy Simon Ekpa, who's
disrupting a Western-style democracy in Nigeria, and the Finnish authority did not do it.
Why do you think that is, Adam? Why do you think Finnish authorities?
I'm just repeating it for anybody and for all of us to know that Finnish authorities were not doing anything to PM because they knew that PM was fighting for freedom, because they knew that they also fought for their own freedom. This is the logic, the idea here, to tell you that somebody induced Finland to do what they have done. You see? Yes. The Fulani man, his name is Adamu Garuba. Chinenye nwannem de afia bụ Adamu Garuba. Onye Fulani terrorist. Yawa bụ onye isi ndị terrorist. This anụ ọfịa nọ here. Onye nzuzu a. The man ajụghị now say, why do you think that Finnish authority did not do anything? Because they know that PM is a freedom fighter. That's why they did not do anything. You see it here. So after this, he went and organized himself and approached Finland using this very Adamu Garuba. Using this Adamu Garuba and all of them using Finland. Onyefa Yuzubu Shetima. During their visit to UN summit last year, you also when Shetima and the Finland president Alex Stubb were conversing, that was when they started doing something. You understand?
Have done nothing about this guy Simon Ekpa, who's essentially.
And this man is living in a Western country, disrupting a Western-style democracy in Nigeria, and the Finnish authority did not do it.
Why do you think that is, Adam? Why do you think Finnish authorities have done nothing about this guy Simon Ekpa, who's essentially trying to run a separatist movement from his home in Finland to affect Nigeria just ahead of your presidential elections? Why is Finland doing nothing?
To be very frankly with you, personally, this is my personal view, and I think Western relationship with Nigeria has always been double standard. There has always been double standard. It appears.
You see, he's talking of double standard. Double standard is just the modus operandi of Nigeria. Etu aka ndị Nigeria si eme. Ndị Nigeria ga-abịa si gị mee nke a, fa abịa n'etiti mee nke ọzọ, fa aga n'isi mee nke a. Nigeria government chọrọ democracy. Nigeria government adịghị obey the rules of democracy. They held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They forgot all about democracy. They now approached Finland to detain our PM. They forgot all about democracy. When it comes to their own interest, they will remember democracy. Double standard that this Garuba said here is Nigeria's modus operandi. Etu akafa si eme arụ ọrụ nkefa. Nigeria da aga anything this straight. They don't ever do anything that is straight. Nigeria is always in a double standard position.
To be very frankly with you, personally, this is my personal view, and I think Western relationship with Nigeria has always been double standard. There has always been double standard. It appears that what Simon Ekpa is doing is either not threatening their interests or is serving their interests. So to that effect, they will fold their arms and let whatever it is that happen. But if they truly care about democracy, as they say, as they release in their press statement, as they want to support Nigeria to ensure that there is free and fair election where all Nigerians are going to vote peacefully, the best solution, the best thing they need to do is to make sure that that guy is apprehended and perhaps submitted.
No, the guy will be apprehended. Who will apprehend you? This Adamu Garuba is #1 terrorist sponsor, followed by the one they call Kwankwaso, followed by the one they call El Rufai, followed the one they call Gumi, and Yerima Shetima. All of them, they are terrorist sponsor, and that is what this man have said here. There, look at it. El Rufai is a Fulani man. Look at it, what he's saying here. That government paying bandits because he is no longer in the government. That is why he is now accusing the government. Go ahead, my brother, Nonso. Dalo, thank you for joining us.
Deo, good afternoon or good morning, Mommy Betty. Please, I would like you to just play that clip again. I've been listening to it, but I want you to repeat it again so that by the time we start analyzing that clip, then our people will get to understand. But the truth still remains that, you know, when someone is compromised, that person has already been compromised. You know, if we have been following everything right from the beginning, we will understand the role, the role and the parts that Finland has, you know, tried to participate, most especially against our freedom.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
But the good thing is that before they understood, or before they swung, or before that bad man came into office, whosoever that person may be, that now incited our prime minister against something that they never even had any evidence against him, you know, is something to be questioned. Because if our prime minister was called or arrested some time ago for just you know, some time ago for a so-called what they call like incitement and whatever, at the end of the day, we now came out now and are now hearing something different totally from what even led, or what even triggered, or what even made them to even arrest him or even call him for questioning or whatever.
Yes,
so
yes.
this is something that is something that is unacceptable. And you know, we the Biafra people, just that, you know, because they know that we have multiple tasks ahead, and they know how oppressed we are for a very long time, and even up to now, how we have been. So they are just trying to, provoke us in so many ways. But I'm assuring everybody that what we need to do, God has already given it to us. And this is the time for us to take advantage of every opportunities we have. The most important thing is our diplomacy. You see, all these things that we are passing through, including whatsoever that has been going on, nothing will be swept under the carpet.
No.
Do you people remember who our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is? Do we still remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive? Do we still remember who our prime minister is? These are great, intelligent, that is untouchable men that Chukwu Okike Abiama has selected and given to us.
Yes.
These people these people are not common, So if you know, you know, because even during the judgment, we all saw and we all get some witnesses and clue of how everything was going, how our prime minister has proven to the world, and proven to Finland, proven to the international community that, when he told us that he is an international lawyer and he knows whatsoever that he has done, what we are doing is according to the international treaty. Now it has now proven, and I know that nobody will talk about that now because these saboteurs everywhere and all these evil people. No, you will not think about that. When he told us, and that has already set itself, aside, and we have already been vindicated from that year. So, but it is very, very, shameful and very, very unacceptable to we, the Biafran people, and to international community. It's unacceptable because you cannot parade, and you cannot parade or try to trade the integrity of a Finnish citizen, a Biafran and a Finnish citizen, parading him all in the name of he was inciting so-called terrorism or whatever. And this was the trigger, and this was the trend that led, even during the court participation, you never even talked about this stars or whatever. For somebody that have lived and contributed for more than 20 years legally in your country. So that is why we know already that all these things are somehow political motivated.
Yes.
But this is the height of an injustice, because whether political, we understand there are so many things going on around the world today. But even if you look now, you will see that Cho Ayaba is still being heard, and in no way, we don't even know what he has done. Then even up till now, he's just there. He's just there.
Let me come in a little bit, please. If you can put up something that is, I think, is your speaker, to avoid echo. You see, Europe, they know what they are playing at. They know what they are playing at. They are all together in this. These Europeans are the ones supporting Zelensky in Ukraine. Even a country that is fighting with Russia, they don't lose the number of people that we lose in the southeast every day. They don't. And Nigeria is pretending to the United Nations, which they have Pantamide as their representative. They bribe their way through. And UN is currently dominated by Islamic group background or religious people, so that anybody or any country they invade cannot come to UN. And the umbrella of Nigeria is what they use in shielding the presence of Biafra. So UN force keeping force, is it Council of whatever? They're supposed to send peacekeeping force to Nigeria and see what Biafrans are suffering. But Pantami is there. He will always block it. That is number one. Number two is that Europe, they are now supporting Zelensky and the Ukraine and Palestinians to be free. But Africa, where Biafra'S are, in the western part of Africa, all the mineral resources they are siphoning there, they cannot say the truth. They cannot open their mouth to say to the world, stop killing Biafra'S. Even UK, that are friends to Nigeria government, cannot tell them, stop it. And this Finland president, Alex Stubb, is married to a British woman. So you can see the conundrum boiling in one pot. They know what they are doing. We are accusing Europe of sitting on our freedom, but they are all free. If you check the size of Nigeria, is like half of Europe. Europe is 44 nations, and they launched Nigeria, lombarded us all into one country, so that whenever they come, they will pick you like a sack of potato. And some stupid Nigerians and stupid Biafra'S are dancing to their tune. They are slaves to Europeans, slaves to Fulanese, and they cannot see it. Owe ndị na-aṅụrị na-ejubilate ndị Biafra si yes na-ejidelu na atụgo Simon nga na nsogbu Southeast ga-akwụsị. Says who? Ndị a nọ n'ime ọfịa na-anụ ọgụ na-protect unu. Is it not from this same man atụrụ nga? From onye ndu nogon 5 years, shameless Biafra'S who are following Fulani. Look at this useless Garuba. Adamu Garuba is #1 sponsor of terrorism. You see it here. I showed it. El-Rufai said it, and Punch newspaper reported it. Canada is a court of Canada, a whole Canadian court, say that Nigeria government of PDP and APC are terrorist organization, and Finland cannot see it. Because this man questioning Garuba here asked Garuba, why is it that Finland is not doing anything to it? Because Finland was a country that fought for freedom from USSR. Finland is a country that knows that our PM is fighting for the freedom of his people. That's why they did not do anything until Garuba and his people went and influenced Finland. That is it. Go ahead, my brother. Sorry for interjecting you.
Okay, thank you. No problem, mommy. So now this excuse me one.
Nigeria just ahead of your presidential elections. Why is Finland doing nothing?
To be very frankly with you, personally, this is my personal view, and I think Western relationship with Nigeria has always been double standard. There has always been double standard. It appears that what Simon Ekpa is doing is either not threatening their interests or is serving their interests. So to that effect,
I'm back. Okay. So sort of we have to now because our onye ndu awaga anyị na anyị nwere ọtụtụ ndị iro, both ma ndị nọ n'ime ma ndị nọ n'iro, both internal and external. So odoga anyị afụgo ya. So the sort of only hope na anyị nwere now, the last hope na anyị nwere na anyị ma na Chineke agaghị ekwe ka ihere mee anyị, because anyị akaba ndị mmadụ, ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ anwụgo. So and all because of all these things we in we had to make obi na-eshi ike, because ihe niile Maazị Nnamdi Kanu gwara anyị ejugo anya anyị na-ahụ ya ọ na-eme. So ịma oge ahụ ọ na-ekwu that thing, ọ na-adịcha ka maybe ele ihe ọ na-ekwu, ihe ọ na-ekwu ọ dị sure lekwene otu o shiri ele na-apụga justice ka ọ pụta na-ekwu this kind of. But today na ihe niile na-eme n'anya, we are seeing it. So but sort of ihe m chọrọ ikwu na biko achọdụ m ka anyị nwanwu ndị Biafra bịa kwete na this judgment nke a apasị na ka ikpeazụ a. Biko nụ, anyị kwesịrị ịmara na no matter anything, ọgwụgodo na anyị ga-efocus on United States of America, anyị ga-efocus on ihe dịka our diplomatic and relationship this thing lobby and ihe anyị na-eme na Washington. Anyị wepụtakwa ego na-efocus on that place, na-efocus on our defense. So all na anyị bịa ndị tinye ọnụ na ihe gbasara Finland na ihe ha na-eme ihu ka ha ji were ya ji megide anyị maybe one way or the other. Ofu ihe m chọrọ ikwu mee ka onye ọbụla mara na number one, ọ wụ eziokwu na ndị a etinyego aka na tipa bụ kọntrị, and ihe a bidoro ọwụhụ taa ka o bidoro, and ọ wụ eziokwu na ndị obodo a right from time ọwụ na unu check unu ga-ama na even self nwere oge onye ndị anyị pụtara na-eji na-eme ọnụ si anyị na obodo a wụ obodo self na obodo a agbalịala na obodo ahụ nyere ya ọnọdụ o ji wee na-eme ihe niile ọ na-eme dị. Ọ were iko ka unu wee mara na oge ahụ ndị terrorist ndị a na-akpọ ndị Nigeria district ndị ọnwụ ụbara emebeghị ndị approach. Unu chetakwara na nwere several times ndị a mekwara approach, unu chetakwara the response ha wetara, because then a change, because then onye nọ n'isi oche ka nọ there, because o nwere ike nwere some changes emere there, because this thing ọgba ha aka wee mee. You understand? But ekelere m Chineke that at the end of the day, because the main reason why ha jiri ga malitegodo okwu awụ ha sị na ọ na-eme anyị inside, na ọ na-eme nke a, ọ kọmiti nke a, ọ bụ nke a, na ọ mee nke ọzọ, o mee nke wedị ihe niile ibuse ma ndị bịara na Finland bịa dị ndị be anyị bịara na Finland bịa tinye testimony against ihe niile upon everything. Ọkwa ihe ndị a niile ihe ndị a niile dum ọkwa ka ha were ji si na yes na ka e were ji tọọ ya nga wee were eme ya ka e were ji no. But at the end of the day, anyị gazi na-achọpụta that ọ wụdụzi ihe all these things ma ihe niile na-akwụ ihe niile na-azụ na ebe niile, ọ wụdụzi those ones with the problem na ọ wụzi something different entirely, na-enweghị ihe gbasara ya our freedom, but ọ maka ihe gbasara our freedom ihe mere ndị a ji ka in the first place ga-akpa this man aka. Onweghị ihe ọbụla ndị a na-ebufu this man. Onweghị, in fact, the worst crime has no the worst crime no wow ihe bụ this man ka dị something nwere ike so azụ. And ọ wote unu niile ndị sabon ma ndị ha ọ wote unu shiburu dị something kwụrụ ya n'ọnụ ka na-agba ụgba. Mana today now the onye ọbụla anya na that to God be the glory, because if ebe ahụ unu na-eje and ebe ahụ ndị a chọchọbe ịga against this man, because ihe ahụ ha na-asị na this man mere ọwụ ha wa na commit that crime against this man. Ntị ọdụkwa ihe niile Finland accuse the prime minister ọwụ ha wa ka that thing dị against, because ha chọpụtago na ihe niile accuse this man, ihe niile jiri kpọrọ this man, the main reason na onwede anything o mere na onwede any ground ha nwere ike ile aka si na ihe awụ ihe this man mere. So and more ọ dokwere mụ anya, because ọ bụrụ taa ka mụ ha n'obodo ịma ụfọdụ ndị be anyị, many of us n'obodo Igbo nwede ihe ahụ ihe ama wụ just gaa ọrụ bata ego ọrụ alawansu, nwede ihe ọbụla ha na-achọ ịma, enweghị ihe ọbụla na-eme around them ha na-achọ ịma, because ndị ahụ dị very very wicked, ndị awụ that is ndị awụ ndị obi akwụ. But now m nọ like this, all my stays and ihe niile nọ here, ọ ihe mere m ji na-alụ ọgụ na-asị Chineke mere anyị ebere ka Biafra bịa, so that all this wisdom and all this wisdom Chineke gọzie anyị ebe ọbụla anyị nọ, ka anyị were ihe niile batazi na ala Biafra, ka anyị were dozie obodo anyị. Because ụfọdụ ndị be anyị abịabụ ihe nọọ ihe for more than how many years, Chineke ga-akpọ ha ọkụ. Very evil people, sọsọ ihe ha ma wụ just ka weta ka erie, weta ka just ihe a nwede anything ha ma and nwede anything ha na-aghọta. Now this ihe niile ebugidere this man, ọnwụ ha nwa n'onwe ha ka dị something na bara n'ishi. But ọ bụrụ na ị bịa check ọ dị something bịa balance, ị ga-afụ na enweghị anywhere enweghị anytime ị ga-eji nọkata nnọọ esi na iburu ikpe gawa court merie ndị obodo, because ihe a na-awụ injustice. But this kind of injustice ha na-eme megide ihe a Or do why everybody this kind of injustice and when the mind it commits this injustice against a direct Finnish citizen. And even apart from that, our prime minister will operate the same right, but all because of the political motivation. Because when you check, you can't see that it just brought somebody chair in Europe for more than how many for more than 24 hours. That means all committed a crime. So now the crime go to that place now upon a DNA because the persecutor where we made somebody arrest without having a very ground founding fact evidence against Osina Onyame. And that is a crime against our prime minister, against the Finnish citizen. It's a crime. Because before giving somebody arrest, he gave evidence to convict that person for whatsoever that you have. So, upon everything, all the go the Naka, the persecutor and the government of Finland, because he had no be able to have to. To the extent that that persecutor may allow can the Biafra, a whole Biafra that made that for their testify against his own fellow Finnish citizen.
Okay, man, they can legal procedures
Mommy, but come caught up because I told I that last judgment because when any crime this man committed, I got help when anything in Choriku na when you can go and then let come better.
Ube, go ahead. Hello?
Okay, because sometimes network mute so like this. Join on mute again. Or let take some time.
Sorry
so, no problem, mommy, no problem. I have the reason why I'm now all these things because because our focus now because there's something now. Our prime minister. If for this situation now, but I'm an because I'm an something the political motivated because only check all the whole thing. And those judges and the lawyers of our prime minister kudos. Because when I check from the beginning, those judges who they are have fair in their judgments. Because okay, on iPhone or something, there are some certain things that persecutor in our try our PM. But so many times, those judges in see this man, but in a good nakitana. Now when he made this thing, I said because he went any fact, and at the end of this verdict, come water that yes, we back come yes in the judge. I can say yes, I have them go their own part. For them to cut out that so-called incitement, this thing can't win number one movie. All that thing we had many cast ruby. So now this convention I got in Finland last year. 2 times come to tickets. And so now when they hear pattern and more another got this place because of this thing and there can there can got there can there arrest I need the note. Aquadroma got there. Saying more. Because of that, I have to come there to Finland. So now here I got him, all day possible. And I give God Almighty the glory. We have been vindicated. All those our effort and all those things here or they in vain to start with. But all this nonsense, in now recognize or bring recognize or Biafra government because of Biafra can handle the prime minister. Change all this thing. How look at if through that terrorist incitement as in all Biafra and also on the nine, how got Bia Kowarai or na or when you know Blomine, how got no Bia Kowa Mbuwanile and how got compensate here and how gave easier. If not, we don't care how long it will take. I talking about because I will go to the focus. Oh, when at the end of the day, by the time I get we will come back and revisit that foundation. For this thing, my Finland, my Hanile, in this thing, you when any Biafra'S no work out with Biafra government in Israel may exist. Biafra'S can never ever be intimidated anywhere in this world again. It can never happen. And when our resolve, only our test our resolve because I when our resolve and our resolve I wouldn't here because very soon Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Simon Ekpa agaghị anọkwa there ndị a sepụta that's guy n'ozugbo anyị agaghị anọkwa ha because anyị nwedị because anyị odoga ya na our freedom na almost anyị n'aka so ọnwụ ihe anyị ji n'aka na ihe anyị ji aga na so anyị enweghịzi any option anyị enweghịzi other hope anyị hụgo ihe niile ihe anyị chọrọ ịhụ ihe anyị ga-ahụ 2030 anyị hụgo ya even before 1967 so ihe mere anyị jiri kwado so biko onye ọbụla pụtakwa n'igwe this time around ihe anyị na-ele anya na our diplomatic ties hapụgagodo ndị a na ndị but ihe m chọrọ ime ka onye ọbụla mara biko onwe nwekele anybody ịga ya nọkọta nnọọ ịnọkasị asị na atụrụ our prime minister nga ọwa achọgodịkwa nga ihe ahụ anyị mere wu just ọnwụ ihure ka ha sị na ihe ahụ ihe o mere o jiri nọọ even they said that a few months ọnọgodo ime dị ha ga-achọrịrị one or two things na but that thing the appealable that thing the appealable and eme hala that thing appeal ị ga-ahụ na maybe even at the end of the day dismiss all this something ọ na is something I would do here the politically motivated. So as for this criminal no here and play the video can abogaru ono check ono gafo the way oto she the question. Okay, ele prime minister na-eme na Finland ihe ọ na-eme ọwụ ihe ọjọọ ka ihe ọma onye na-alụ ọgụ freedom o nwere anywhere o committed crime o nwere anything o mere when anything o mere ịpụta na-asị na because na ọ dịghị ndị Finland interest na ọ bụrụ na ọ wụ for their interest or maybe for their ele ihe gbasara interest the people lives are being lost in na-ekwu interest anytime ebutere the serious issue like this ono na-ekwu interest because that interest anọ n'aka unu the interest nọ n'aka Samuel Ekpa the interest nọ n'aka Biafra'S the interest nọ n'aka no but in the name of Nigeria all ihe ga-ejepụta na say our interest the interest or this interest all these things will nonsense ele ọjọọ mere na okay n'ọpọnọ ihe niile ndị a na-ekwuchara ihe na today na onwe anything even close to that ejiri jide ya na sina ihe ọ na-eme na Finland ejiri sina ihe aka ejiri here convert mba here something different something different entirely so and all with that thing so that thing ihe nchọ ka ndị buy water so our focus na kwesịrị on our diplomatic ties and the defense of our homeland. All these two places, then I will focus on these two areas. All these injustices are in there in different places. Those things because number one, our diplomatic tie now support our lobbies. She can now support our defense. Very, very soon, this injustice now na Nigeria. Ghana Hagara kidnap or Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, a very big crime, an international crime. Very soon, this very one now, in the Finland, inside our prime minister, inside our prime minister. You know, and that thing is very, very wrong. And for his political career and everything, so all just to rubbish his name and everything. So and all the very, very unacceptable. So, but all the all this injustice will be brought to book in no distant time because all those things now we have the momentum of our recognition because time all fight all this thing very well time the more I defend that line the more our lobbyists know Washington DC you know. So at the end of the day, the benefit I will making when the recognition I get from Washington DC. I want another recognition. Oh, that recognition that trigger the injustice in the Nigeria community against Muslim African Biafrans. And all that trigger what the injustice Finland and all these things I have they can what they ima on this thing actually the issue talking na America. Even the summit emere between Russia and Ukraine peace this thing. And when here my madam ihe ọ gara there again or whether anything whether any group but all just ka na ọnọdụ ebe ọ bụla ọdọm isi ka giraffe isi giraffe olu turkey ọ na-enyere yiri eyeglass ka ihe yiri suit ka ndị navy nọ n'ime mmiri oge ọbụla ọtọmụrụ okwu ka ukwu nkapịa mana udo nsogbu anụ. So you know, all these things. I try to I be nsogbu because of they go compromise, they go compromise. So all I get alopro so the only hope I want now na America and I man Trump I will Biden, Donald Trump or would do Biden. So all you mere judge na ato onye obula na agbari up and down. Ma this judgment na na kita na pass. I nwere a lot because all the right thing and when there's an option because how we gonna break it is not very more effective now Washington DC. So na when any way ha geji inside onwe ha were aka ha tige n'ihe gbasara Biafra because all those things and all those accusations ha na-eto ejiri maka ya and our prime minister arrested. How God convict ya because of that. How man just something the trigger international this thing and how man I came very well. Hammer had be very aware of the connection and the solid foundation of Biafra government. I have got all this propaganda and all this nonsense. Hammer that far. That is the reason why I had the regard so deep to the extent of arresting because all those things happened at that time. When I check as soon as come because to Maka prime minister because all na Oga that thing that convention Obiama then that convention, maybe I will actually they had 1,000. Then at the end of the day, maybe I'm not gonna say because before you know it, I seen something with his issue. No, some all we had they actually plan to destroy and to delay just to scatter everything before, whether anything at all, they actually achieve now will do all those things. But along the line, all those things are work. It didn't work and no fail. And it didn't join on. And when anyway I get at the end of the day, I see some banana na ejoku na here we home na here that's those distinct charges for all those things. Oh na hate here that one. Then how got they ready to face so Biafran government in exile? Good. But now African and there except that but aka accept that shall be helpful because breathing. Ndị Finland ji register esepụ aka ihe njiri ekwu na ha register esepụ aka ọ na-echekwa onwede ihe ọbụla gbasara our freedom ha jiri maka ya na jide our prime minister but all because of ihe gbasara our freedom ka ha jiri malite iji ga mee ya arrest in the first place. So this thing now we have to na-elebada anya because all the ihe naanị m nwa ga-ekwu ihe m nọ here now I'm not here na calculate obodo na m aghọta everything aghọta m but achọrọ m ka ndị be anyị ghọta ihe ọfụma because this thing is unacceptable. Even said ncheta the whole thing the thing ọ na-akpasu n'iwe but the only thing really hope now Washington DC. Because mgbe oge Donald Trump ga-echeta ihe ndị a niile bịa cheta Biafra because any day Donald Trump chetara Biafra ọ ga-echeta Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Onweghị any time a ga-eji bido na discuss ihe gbasara Biafra na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ebe ọ bụla ọ nọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu must be there. His name must be answered. And secondly, it will trigger this injustice against our prime minister. Then all happen everything, they check everything. Trump have only injustice or only this thing. Then always this thing Finland and Nigeria do to have the whole European countries ma ndị niile so Ukraine gaa hụ Donald Trump recently. Ihe awụ ihe ha na-eme avoid. To be honest with you, oge ahụ ha gara that US si na ha na-ekwu okwu ihe gbasara ihe ndị a niile ndị a na-agbari to make sure that they arrive White House to meet with Donald Trump. All is a kind of lobbies, because I found the reason why all of them had the car so this man gawa there. Donald Trump will make a ceremony, make a or the war. Normally, they have to go to strengthen their evil relationship. How tell Donald Trump won't be, but I'm not Donald Trump, somebody in mind. So at the end of the day, Donald Trump and his government get the injustice that has been committing against Biafra, against Christians, automatically, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be remembered. In no due time, automatically our prime minister will be triggered. The injustice against him will be triggered and he will be remembered. Then Finland and the Nigerian government and their co-hosts should be ready, because this will not, because Biafra is now a government. Whether you like it or not, Biafra is a government. So if you say you are a government, even though Biafra is a government, we are going to stand our ground. When that time comes, be ready, because there is no stone that will be left unturned. That is a promise. There is no need. We no longer even need the help of Finland anymore. We don't need the help of anybody that have. We don't need their help, because now we have now seen that we don't have any choice than to fight for ourselves. Because since the illegal detention of our prime minister for the past how many months, the illegal accusation of our prime minister has really caused a very deep wound in our hearts for a very long time, and has really caused a lot of chaos against our freedom and our restoration. It has divided many of us. We are over 80 million populations.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the cost of what you have done, and at the end of the day, you think that you will just come out and tell us that tax related fraud, that is why you are joking. Please come up with the reality, and you have to come back and tell the whole world that, you know, the same way you accused him of inciting Biafra'S, you have to come out and tell the whole world that he is innocent and release him immediately and compensate him accordingly. Because all this nonsense this thing is unacceptable by Biafra'S. We will never accept it. We will never ever accept that as anything. So for now, we have something that we are more focused on. Now we have seen it all. We have seen it all that our prime minister is innocent. We have seen it all that our prime minister has never committed any crime. We have seen it all that our prime minister has been standing in the path of truth. We have seen it all that our prime minister, Mazi Ekpa and Joko, is a good guy. We have seen it that, yes, he has been vindicated even by the Finnish court. So therefore, you must release Ekpa unconditionally and compensate him duly according to his constitutional right as a Finnish citizen. You know the law. Stop coming up with all these things. Keep all those things aside. Biafra'S can never accept it. Our prime minister is not a criminal. He has never committed any crime, and he will never commit any crime, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Maybe unknowingly or somehow, but release our prime minister now and stop all these things. This verdict is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and that is why we urge the lawyers to appeal, for them to appeal. So we will not accept it. So they should not come out and tell us that this thing, and nobody should be happy. Nobody should celebrate that this thing. We are not going to accept it. For those people who are saying 6 years is 3 years, I beg, we should stop all those talk. There's no need for that one, because he did not commit any crime. Not to talk of start calculating how many days or how many years of this and that. So they are just trying to bring up something to clear, to cover up the mess that they already did. Because according to their law, according to law in Europe, you cannot arrest somebody and detain him more than 24 hours without, you know, him committing any offense or committing any crime. So now they have detained our prime minister for months, you know, without even committing any single crime. But they have to come up with this, because even though with all those claims that they do, that they claim that they arrested him before, Now they do not have any concrete evidence.
Discounted.
Ma?
It has to be discounted. If at
Yes.
all. Yeah.
Yes. So they do not have any basics on those allegations and all that. So, and they just have to come up with something like this, because if we all can read now, go and read that verdict very well. You will see that you will see that according to the statement there, it is not something, the tax related fraud is not something that they are even sure of like that. But it is something, it is not something that the way they say, the way they put it, is not something that is not like he committed a crime, as in he purposely, when there's, this is something, when you say tax, you know what that means, related, So we have to understand this judgment very well and know that it is something, it is not even, this one is just something that let's just assume, okay, this is the reason why we have been here. We are sorry for, detaining you, blaspheming your name, all this, but okay, now unfortunately we find this one, so now we have to, so, but me, the whole thing is like, it's very, very laughable. It's very, very childish. How can you arrest somebody for inciting terrorism? At the end of the day, you are coming up with a tax fraud, So,
okay. Okay. Go ahead.
So how can you arrest somebody for inciting violence in another country, and at the end of the day, you now came up with the verdict of tax fraud that is not even related to the reason why you even arrested him, in the first place? That is my question. How? And the tax fraud now, is it still related to Biafra? No. Where the tax this thing is coming from? Is it not in Finland? For how many years he has lived in Finland? So okay, why did they not just come out open in the first place and tell us that okay, this is the reason why they arrested him? But at the end of the day, you came no. So this whole thing is unacceptable. So I don't want our people to even believe that, but even though that it is there, they have already said it. It's going to be appealed. So I don't want us to take it personal. Maybe start analyzing it, because those things is just part of delay and part of testing to know what we can do or what we are going to say. So me, I don't see that as anything. Sometimes even somebody that maybe even come out to fight here in Europe. You understand? And maybe unfortunately it happens that you got arrested or somehow. And at the end of the day, these are just minor. Any case you hear 6 years like this, these things is not something. It's not something that it's not a case that you go to prison, because Europe is not Africa. Our people need to understand, because this thing is something that I'm just still reassuring our people that you see this thing that we are seeing, we are seeing here, according to law and according to everything. Because I am still saying it again that the Finnish judges, they did a fair judgment, even though that our prime minister was not released, because they came up with this. Because I understand that the persecutor will not agree. We can never agree. You cannot see any persecutor that will take case to court and you expect that persecutor to just give up like that. There must be one way. The persecutor has already given up in that case of incitement. So the persecutor now say, Judge, he said, now look at this one. That is what they used to do. You understand? I have been in prison in Europe here. You understand? From my experience, when you go there, sometimes you will see other people who committed crimes, and these are crimes that they committed. Maybe they have committed this crime for a very long time, and they are there. The reason why they brought them to that prison was not even any crime related to those ones they committed before. So as they are there, before you will know it, they will start bringing those old ones for them. They will start bringing those old ones for them. But at the end of the day, you will see some of them, only one case, they will tell them that they have they are risking 8 years. What did they do? Maybe like those ones that went to sell drugs, or maybe those ones that they caught illegally, or maybe something like that. Maybe what did they do? Maybe two fighting or something like that. You will see they will be giving them 6 years. This one will say, man, I just risk 5 years. The other one will say, I just risk 8 years. But before you know, this same person, then you yourself that just came in, maybe that say, okay, maybe you not do anything. Before you know it, out of this person that has been telling you, that has been counting all his this thing, look at what he's risking. Before you know it, he will be released because there is an appeal. Because maybe it might be his first time, or maybe it's because all this kind of case are just it's not something that the government will just have to come and keep you in for a very long. Wait until you commit a very serious crime before you can be jailed. You understand? So like when you hear, even then when I was there, if you see anybody that they say he just come and tell you, this one is 6 years, the person do that, man, your own good though, thank God though. Thank God. I see before a few months now you don't come out. That is it. So I don't want our people to start panicking. I see maybe prison or all these things, especially prison in Europe. It's not like in Africa. We are not scared of prison. I'm not scared of going there for standing and fighting for my freedom. As long as I'm fighting for my freedom, as long as I'm not going to go there for crime or maybe anything, as long as I'm fighting for my freedom.
Yes.
You understand? So that is one thing that we should understand. So anytime they say they like, let them come out and tell you 8 years and say this thing. So if you hear 6 years, it's just for you to understand that this man is innocent. He did not even do anything. And according to the law in Europe, if you even commit any crime, as in like maybe if you have lived in Europe, you are crime free. I don't think our prime minister has ever been involved in anything like this before, if not because of the freedom of Biafra and all these things are coming up. You understand? So he according to his rights and as a citizen, he's supposed to be out from that place immediately because he has not committed any this is nonsense. This is nonsense. There is no factual evidence. All these things that they are saying now, there is no evidence. This is not something that will allow them to keep him for any much more longer than he has stayed here. So that is what I want our people to understand. For them to come up with this kind of conviction and saying 6 years, we should be happy and thank God. Do you people expect now that on that day now, okay, they will just sign and say, Prime Minister, you are free, and if they release Prime Minister and tell him that okay, you are free, what will now happen to the persecutor? That is another question I want to ask Biafra'S. If yesterday our Prime Minister was released and said he was free, he did not commit any crime, go. That persecutor that brought him and the judge that signed his listing, what will now then happen to those people? Auntie Betty, I'm asking a question.
Oh, you mean what PM's case?
Yes.
What I have, what I've been thinking about, two things: judicial um, judicial impropriety, error of law is one of them, and with error of law, you have key aspects of error of law. Incorrect application of law is one. Applying the law wrongly, so the legal test is wrongly applied, and ignoring the relevant considerations. For instance, you heard when this man asked Garuba, why is it that Finland did not do anything? And I answered the question because he does not know. Why Finland did not do anything is because fighting for freedom is not illegal. And already we have this Breji, which is registered. And with the registration of Breji in the Justice Office of America, That's where it was registered. Ministry of Justice. It legalized every Biafran overseas agitating for freedom. We are not terrorists. We are not, obviously. So when you look at judicial impropriety, what it says here, judicial impropriety is the principle that judges should decide cases without bias or prejudice and treating all parties equally and fairly based on the law and the evidence. So now they made him, they said they sentenced him on grounds of tax fraud, which is against a nation. That's where he is. It will be a state case. But they did not arrest him that time, as the man asked Garuba, because it is not illegal for somebody to agitate. Government in exile is a legal thing because other countries have done it and the UN knows about it, and we are not doing anything illegal. So if PM has been a bad man in the Finland, they allowed us to do our conference 2023, where PM unveiled the Biafra Liberation Army and our charter. And in 2024, they also allowed us to be in their country and redeclare Biafra on the 2nd of December. So all these activities involves what would have culminated to be terrorism practice, but it is not. So I will say that while the legal representative is appealing, because when you look at all these relevant factors, you will see that it gives our PM right to appeal against the decision of the judge. And one of our evidence is majorly the Canadian court confirming that Nigeria government, APC and PDP are terrorist organization. So why fight somebody who is abroad supporting his people to get their freedom while he is living abroad? So government in exile is legal. Our Breji, which is our government, is registered and is legal. So it protects all of us in doing what we are doing, and also PM. So he has right to appeal against this decision using judicial impropriety and error of law. I don't know if it answered your question.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, mommy. Yeah, you answered it the other way around. And yeah, but yeah, what you said is on point anyway. But what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, it's just like when government now, like you are in your house now, government now will now serve you paper and tell you that you beat traffic. Now, for a very long time, you did not pay that multa, that fine that was given to you. So now, because of that, now you'll be invited and you'll be arrested. Because before they invite you, before they arrest you, they might have sent you a series of letters with the evidences,
Exactly.
and that is for you to be aware.
Yes.
Okay.
So you will now.
So I just want us,
it
mommy.
comes under error of law.
Okay,
When
yeah, it falls under error of law, yeah. So
because they have to consider that it is a law, an error against the state or offense against the state, which is Finland. They have to show that he made this error or he made this committed this offense of tax something against Finland. When did you people notice it, and when did you serve him paper on this? Because his lawyers will definitely have to fish out all these pieces of legal matters as evidence of why they use tax fraud against him, because that's what they use. That's the grounds they use now. They avoided using terrorism because they cannot prove it. PM declared them.
exactly.
So they avoided it. So if you are using tax, which is in your country, that means he committed offense against Finland tax. Then prove that he committed it and you served him paper. And when you serve him that paper,
Okay.
yeah,
So
they can prove it because they did not. It's only Nigeria government that incited them, which goes under judicial impropriety. You see?
so so
So
now under that act now that they were on the persecutor was unable to find his way out from that initial allegation that was being made. Now they are now bringing a related tax fraud,
yes,
because me, I'm using the word related because it's they are not even sure of what so they have to come up with this idea as a ground of evidence, to cover, because in the eyes of international, as the eyes of evidence, that is to cover that injustice that they have already committed from the beginning. I don't know if we are getting it, to cover the injustice, because right from the beginning, the arrest and every detention was illegal.
that's
Till
what
it has been illegal. The detention of our prime minister has been illegal under
yes.
this Finnish court, and even under the Finnish government or the persecutor or whatsoever. It was illegal and it was political motivated, and now based on this court and those judges understand, and they have seen that they have seen the potential, and they have seen the grace that this Biafra, they have these people, they have read, they understand the foundation, they know how far we have gone, they know that those allegations was that nothing, that this man is really clean. So for that reason, the judge now and the persecutor, they have gone into their own secret this thing and conclude and say, if we release this man now without any conviction, without any evidence of this thing, even though we know that they now ask themselves, you remember that, okay, because they have plan B. That was why they included that tax, this thing in the initial time, because they were so confident that they are going to convict our prime minister on that initial allegation of incitement. If you watch very carefully, you will see that was where their energy, their effort, everything was channeled. Even the journalists, the media, and everything was focused on. But how come today, at the end of the day, it was just because of a related tax fraud? Now, is that what you want to use to justify the illegal detention of this nobleman? Because they cannot just come out and say, okay, because if they do that, they will have to, under right and under constitution, that persecutor, because of the legal and constitutional right of our prime minister as a Finnish citizen, for assaulting and abusing his personality, his integrity, a government official who is recognized and has served, that man should be going to jail. That persecutor should be in jail now, or should compensate, or by now they should have dismembered him from his position. Sorry to see you. I mean, they would have disassociate him from that position that he's serving right now, because he does not qualify.
Well, him and Andy are factory logo Kasom.
But how can a black man now be the first person in history to do that kind of thing? Because that is just the fact, and that kind of thing when he came in. Because all we hear the whole conclusion now of this thing now, that persecutor now, Okoshiri resign go first because of this case. Because all no winning that terrorism act against our prime minister. Man,
The judge
The persecutor, me my persecutor wukwa judge, ndị a na-akpọ persecutor, that persecutor dey in charge of this case.
Well, in this case, all Nigeria government will be the persecutor because they brought this action against our PM.
Mommy chere gote nke ahụ gbasara ndị Nigeria gọọmenti na ọwụkwa persecutor mere agreement si na ọ ga-eme accept ndị corruption. Then ya nwa na onwe ya be compromise. So ihe ọbụla pụtara na ọya nwa ma ote ọ ga-esi mee ndị Nigeria, ọya nwa ka ha contact, ọya nwa ka ha use, because without him agaghị use whether anywhere, ọya nwa mere accept to say okay, yes, I will take up this thing because all feeling as prime minister won't engage with more rank. He thought that with our prime minister he will be promoted more rank, so that maybe next time after Alex Storm you will be the next to be competitive for the next prime minister in Finland, so that you will not destroy the whole Finland.
You mean the
few days ago, what happened? None of you are even talking. A few days ago, Alex Storm, have you come out to tell the public what happened? That if a young man of 30 years that is working in your government has to commit suicide and die. You people are busy talking nonsense, already trying to project, and something people are not taking it serious. I people think it's a joke. Today now, another young man, a good man, a Finnish citizen, you people have arrested him, detained him against the fight for freedom of his people. So all these things, all these things that we are seeing is enough for us to rise up and understand where we are now. So there's nothing more we can do apart from focusing on our freedom, because the only hope that we have now is going to come from America and is going to come from our homeland. That's all. We don't have any other hope. So we have to focus on these two places, because now we have a good man that is there. Donald Trump is a good man. We have to put more effort. He has a lot on his table. He has a lot on his hand. So we have to put more effort, both home and abroad, to make sure that we get the required answers that we need. But for our leaders, I will assure each and every one of us that we should not worry much. We should worry much on our defense and our international recognition, because immediately these two things are being achieved, our leaders will be in the front. That they has always been in the front. They will be recognized and they will be out. So there will be no negotiation without our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There will be no negotiation without our prime minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. That one is certain, and that time is coming very, very fast, approaching. So, but the what we need now is a J and a J man to facilitate it more faster. That is what we need, because we need to give the zoo terrorists, we need to give them more woto in our land. So as we are giving them more woto, let Alliance and our lobbyists with our acting prime minister continue to do what they know how to do best in Washington, D.C. By the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, immediately we get our recognition. Then all this injustice and all this nonsense that we have been passing through, then I believe the power of the United States of America. I believe in the judgment. I believe in Trump. I know he is the only person that God has brought in our own time. That is the reason why all hands are on deck, and we are doing everything possible that this injustice, because the only time and the only hope, or the only way we can get justice against all these things that is happening, the kidnapping of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the killings of our people in our homeland. The only way we can get that justice is from the United States of America, because when Donald Trump and when the United States of America, the government of the United States of America, will come to analyze and see the involvement of all these complicits against the genocide of the Biafran people, and against the injustice, against the illegal detentions, against the kidnapping of innocent citizens of Biafra, Finnish citizens, a British citizen, Biafran citizen, committed by and supported by Nigeria and Finnish governments, and even those that we don't even know. Then only by then the whole world will understand. It is getting to that stage but we have to continue to put more effort in our funding. We have to continue to put more effort in our funding. We have no choice. We have no any other option apart from funding and doing the needful. Without our Prime Minister, we are going home. Without our leader, Mazinam Dekano, we are going home. But without them, we must not go home without them. They are coming with us, and there's nothing that we are achieving that we are not achieving. Whether they are here, whether they are not here with us, we are all achieving it together. So please, dear friends, we have to be encouraged. We have to support. We have to be more resilient at this point. We have to remember that the only thing we need now is for us to step up and continue to do the needful, which is our funding, so that we'll be able to support our government both home and abroad for them to, do the needful. Because this is the only hope we have now. We don't have any other hope. We don't have any other expectation. We cannot do it alone. So under the Biafra government in exile, we'll be able to succeed. Thank you for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. You've done so well. Ndị Biafra, ndị be anyị, eziokwu ife mere emego, ọnwa dike ka ejide wee sị na a na-atụ ya nga, a na-atụkwana ya nga. O bigo 20 years na Finland, o nwere ife ọjọọ o mere. Ọsọsọ last year November ka Nigeria government from ajụjụ fa na-ajụ Garuba, see why is it that na o nwere ife Finland mee ka ọ na-eme our PM accuse na ọnya na-emebi Nigeria. Mana ndị Nigeria amago na PM ebiro n'ugwu Hausa, obiro na Zamfara, obiro na Plateau, obiro na Benue, ebe ndị terrorist na-akpa mkpamkpa niile. Ọ maka na Nigeria bụ terrorist nation. Maka onye ga na-aṅụlisi na atụgo PM nga, a na-atụ ya nga, atụsịa ya nga na Zamfara, ọgụ na-ada ọ na-ada na Borno steeti, na-ada na Plateau, na-ada na Benue, na-ada na Kwara, na-ada na Yoruba land. Ọ bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na PM na cause all those, all because na ndị Canada enyopugo fụ na Nigeria bụ terrorist nation, wee deye na APC na PDP government bụ terrorist organization. So ndị be anyị, our PM abụrụ a terrorist. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu abụrụ. Ifefa bụ freedom fighters. So fa na-azọ nnwere onwe ka anyị nwa bụ Biafra'S ka anyị nwere onwe anyị. Obi ga-esi onye ọbụla ike, maka na anyị dị 50 something million. Anyị dị 56 million vote for self-referendum last year. Ewepụ onye ndu na PM, ọ bụ na the rest 54 million amazonwu Biafra. Maka na ịkwụsị ịzọsi na ike agwụgo gị, ma ọ na ịdịrọzi happy maka na PM anọrọ, iche na ị na-emelu PM ifeọma. Anyị ga-fight ka fa wee malụ na PM abụrụ terrorist. N'ọnya ka anyị ji wee kwụsị ike, n'ọnya ka anyị ga-eji wee na-edoneti ego. Maka na ego anyị na-edoneti ka lọya ya ga-ejikwa wee mee appeal kịta. Lọya ya kwuru yesterday na ya ga-eme appeal, and o nwesi grounds for appeal. PM nwe grounds for appeal. Onye lokwana no endigo like this. No, onye ọbụla dị strong. Ọka endero because enwe ife a na-akpọ error of law, miscarriage of justice, judicial impropriety. Ife niile bụ si ife lawyer ya ga-ekponye de, and ọ bụ na anya tụrụ ego, the lawyer menwe ike je mee appeal. So PM will right of appeal, and that will be appeal. My sister Eukaria, thank you so much. My darling, you are welcome. Happy new month. So my people, obisi onye ọbụla ike, anyị ma ndị na-achụ anyị n'ọnwa bekee, ndị mbi na befa na-eyuzu Fulani wee na-emebisi ife niile anyị na-eme. Mana anyị ame give up. Anyị give kwa up. Una ma na anyị egbuo mmụọ PM na mmụọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Biko, anyị ga-akwụsị ike. We are standing gidigbam. Ka m kpọrọ unu voice PM once more.
People are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Ekpa is because of insecurity. No, I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way.
Yes.
Which is not possible. I have come. After I'm done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come.
Unu ga-aghọta na PM anyị a under how many years mgbe ejidere onye ndu na 2021 ọgbakiri a n'ime ife niile kpakpakpa everything adịgo covered. So that template dị there. O kwulie na ya mechaa Nigeria ife na afa ga-ama o mesigo everything. O mesigo ife niile. Ife anyị na-ayazi kịta bụ ndị sabo internal and external, mana anyị amalugo how to follow them. We cannot give up Biafra'S. Ejemma bụ the issue. Ejemma ụtụtụ, ejemma efife, ejemma abalị. Onya bụ my last preaching today. Ka anyị tụba na ejemma ndị a ma emeli anyị. Fulani bịara abịa fa ma emeli anyị, and anyị bụ anyị nsọ. Ndị amụrụ ọfụma ama anala anyị anị anyị. Nwa bekee ndị mbi na befa fama anala anyị our land. Kemgbe fa ji mebe fa conquer anyị no. Nke fa si no victor no vanquish 1970. Ọ bụ fa meriri anyị. Nigeria cannot defeat Biafra'S. Impossible. Kita ọ bụzi sọsọ fa na anụ ya bụ ọgụ. Fa ngwa bịa merie nu ka ifo. So my people, we have to be resilient, resolute, strong, and very powerful in your reasoning and your thinking. Don't let anything make you to be weak in mind or in brain or just mental toughness. Or if onye ọbụla ga-eme, obi si onye ọbụla ike. Ndị na-amụ amụ fa mụba, owu karịa kịta owuo 1 week, ike agwụkwọ onye ọbụla. Ọ ka ọ dị anyị mgbe ejidere onye ndu. My people, onye ọbụla dị free ifil etu ọ chọrọ ifil. After 1 week now, ife niile adịkwa stand still. Biafra ga-abịalili whether they like it or not. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity and equity. My people, onye lara ụla ebule egbue. Ụmụ Biafra unu alarụkwa n'ụla. Onye ndị ilo gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. All must continue to hail Biafra. I have to leave now. Bye from here. It is 3 hours 11 minutes. Thank you so much. Wisdom, Eukarya, Anyelo, and Yoshi, Diego Lopez. Thank you so much. Onyinye Chukwu, Dalu, Stella Divino. Thank you so much. Monday, Osas, Dalu. Emmanuel, thank you so much. And Chinenye Nwannem Dalu, Ndewonu, daughter of God, and Victor Nonso, Dalunu, so much. NK, Clement Aneto, Dalunu, 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 Ndewo, Sister Precious, Dalunu. All must continue to hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and equity. I love you all. Big love, big love, big love for Biafra'S. Bye from here, and I see you people by the special grace of God tomorrow. Day one.